Thank you, Katie.
Gina.
Bill.
And Katie.
Katie!
There she is.
I found one for myself once.
And Marion in Riverdale wants to thank you for letting her be herself again because...
Sylvester Stewart, 82 years old, has died. Sly Stone. An amazing, amazing career. And he was 82. They say the cause of death was
COPD.
Yeah, congestive heart failure and lung disease. His drug use was legendary, it says here.
Oh.
That'll add to your COPD.
And his
descent
descent into madness was the result. Sly was a genius whose work this is in the New York Times.
Yeah.
Sly was a genius whose work influenced dozens of stars, most notably Prince, and boy, you can just hear Prince. And Prince actually lifting pieces of that, but which was fun.
Well, that song specifically, and if Carrie were here, we could do this, and I'm not going to ask Katie to, but Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation samples. There's a sample of that.
The greatest collection of Sly and the Family Stone is unshakable, whether it's I Want to Take You Higher, great song, Hot Fun in the Summertime, Everyday People is great, Dance to the Music, Family Affair, and Thank You. The name of the song actually is Thank You in parentheses, and then Fallettin, F-A-L-E-T-T-I-N, Me Be Mice Elf.
I wanted to make sure that was correct, because that's how it is in the system.
Oh, yeah.
But our system's also very messed up, so I wasn't sure.
Prince learned how to spell from
Great.
Sly.
It's great.
Where did he get the Sly from? So his name's Sylvester. Somebody, when he was in grade school, misspelled his name. Instead of S-Y-L, S-L. Sylvester's a hard name to spell.
And it's very uncommon for somebody named Sylvester to have the nickname Sly.
My Aunt Sylvia has Sly, is Sly.
Yes, anybody who has the nickname Sylvester is ultimately called Sly, I think.
I say Aunt, she's my second mom, let's be honest.
I mean,
Sylvester Stallone is Sly. Yeah.
His name is Sylvester?
Sly Stallone.
I thought it was because a kid misspelled his name in third grade or something. And I don't know this. Who can forget? And I can because I don't remember this, and I don't know how we. I'm sure we don't have it. And Katie, you can't.
No,
find
don't.
It.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone turning Doris Day's cheerful song, "Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be." He turned it into his own threatening anthem.
Ooh, that's.
I really want to hear
creepy.
that. I really need
You'll
to hear
have to
that.
go down your own Sly hole.
Yeah.
Later.
Well, Gina, I do that every morning before I come to work
you
anyway.
Go down a Sly hole.
I go down my own Sly hole.
He was a DJ.
Yep.
A successful DJ. He was he started K-Soul in San Francisco.
And he had a tough time with his life but I don't know. I guess he did ultimately he got the credit he deserved. A lot of artists really turned to him and said he's the greatest. And
did he ever get sober, or was that always a problem?
No, he did. He did. I mean, he made it to 82. So
you don't make it to 82 if you're still going hard.
That's pretty difficult to do. Pretty difficult. Some do, but it's just a remarkable career. He and people really liked him too. They say he was just a sweet guy. Oh, and one other thing he was noted for is integrating his band. I mean, he had white people and black people and women.
That's the family.
Yeah, Sly and the Family Stone.
Love it.
And that was kind of that was very unusual. And then later on, he had this great, magnificent silver mohawk.
Oh, that's right.
He looks great in it, too. So Sylvester Stallone.
No.
I mean, Sly Stone.
Sly Stone.
I mean, he was mentioned.
Well, he was Sylvester Stallone, but it's Sly Stone.
I didn't even look at what the other birthdays were today. I don't know if we missed an
Let's play another little bit of a Sly Stone song.
It's hard for Katie. Katie doesn't have Carrie's.
I can try.
Everyday people. They're in the system.
No, I mean Carrie does it from his from
Yeah,
his
he does it from his iPad.
I know.
mean,
You
granted.
can't just-
Let's see if this will work.
Okay.
Which one did you want? Everyday People?
Everyday people, yeah. Let's see. Sure, I mean, what? We're a radio station and we can't play songs from our system?
it's just, it takes a minute. Sure.
There you go. You know this song, Katie?
I knew the other one for sure, but that was from Scooby-Doo 2. Oh, I do know this movie. Or this one, yes.
Yeah, you said movie. It's in a million
Yes,
movies.
yeah, it is.
Nice.
All right.
Nice stuff.
All right.
Yeah. See, I knew she could do it.
Yeah.
We're a man down. Man down. Carrie is, well, we're a man down, but fortunately we have a good support team.
Yes.
Katie's been training some new interns and some old favorites.
Yeah, it's been a lot, but I have faith.
Have you been training some old favorites?
Well, Tanner and Spencer, yeah. So
Who? I know Spencer, but who's the other one?
Wesley.
Wesley?
I don't know which
Oh,
one.
I know
don't
Wes-
know what you
I know
call them.
Wesley.
I tried to pull up a name that he thought of once.
But there's a problem though. Where there are two women in there whose names are three letters.
Correct. Well, I mean, Ari
Maya
is
and Ari.
Maya is 4. MYAH. MYHA. MYAH.
The H is silent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should just be MIA.
That's
Well,
Mia.
Missing in action.
That's Mia.
Mia is in
No, I guess it is. Yeah.
MAYA.
And Ari is short for her whole name, so.
Well, but that's still it's Ari.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. My theory has fallen apart already. All right, we need to take a break here, and then we will come back. And if you'd like to check in and say hi, we would like to hear from you. You can handle that, right, Katie?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. 877-602-9696 is the number. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. I mean, what the hell else you got to do?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
877-602-9696, or you can text us. I think that number is 3398.
You're correct.
All right.
All right. Renaissance Ranch.
Yes, Renaissance Ranch Addiction Treatment and Recovery Center. I leave that out sometime. I shouldn't leave that out. It's addiction treatment. It's Addiction and Recovery Center. Renaissance Ranch. It's a locally owned, family-owned addiction treatment center, and they are terrific people. Their program is designed specifically for male patients. Now, if you are suffering from drugs or alcohol addiction, I sympathize. I know how hard it can be. I have family members who've dealt with this, and to get into a program is hard. Well, Renaissance Ranch is accepting people into their program. They offer residential and outpatient services, and they are staffed by recovering addicts, and that's great because they understand the addiction cycle. They know what you're going through. You should schedule a free consultation at renaissanceranch.com. That's renaissanceranch.com, and they do accept most private insurance plans, and they accept Medicaid.
All right.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Ta. Ta. Listen carefully. You'll hear the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver have a conversation with ta words sprinkled liberally throughout. And now the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle.
I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and I've got a message for the town councils of some of Mona's neighboring communities. We here in Mona are tired of taking in your people. There's folks from down to Nephi and folks from up to Santaquin and some from the surrounding areas, like over to Goshen, who've been flooding across our town borders. They're coming to the Young Living Lavender Farm. They're coming to use our rope swing out to the pond. And these border crossers aren't the best people. A lot of them are drinkers and smokers and such. Now, I'm sure some of them are very fine people, but it's just too much. So today, I'm going to authorize our town council to take action.
What kind of action do you think the council will take, Daddy? Because if it was up to me, I know what I'd do about this immigration problem. I know what to do to stop it, Daddy.
I'm probably going to be sorry I asked this, but what you would the future mayor of Mona, Denver Criddle, what would you do to stop the flow of them people coming to our town?
It's simple, Daddy. We got to build a wall. We got to build a big wall, a beautiful wall, the biggest, the best wall all around Mona City. That would stop them.
All right, Denver, a wall. You're right. That would control them immigrants from Santaquin and the like from coming here. But hell, son, that's a lot of work to build a wall around the whole city. You need materials and manpower for a project such as that, don't you know?
I know, Daddy. I got an idea about that, too. We get a bunch of junked cars from the auto salvage place, and then we pile them junkers all around the town border. And then, you know what we also have an embarrassing abundance of here in Mona, don't you?
Yep, that would be tumbleweeds. We do have an embarrassment of tumbleweeds in this town.
That's right, Daddy. We got more tumbleweeds than we have residents of Mona. So we take as many tumbleweeds as we need, and we put them all around the border, kind of fill in any gaps that there might be. Because I'm telling you, Daddy, folks trying to sneak into Mona from up to Santaquin or down to Nephi will get one look at that junk car and tumbleweed barricade. They'll hightail it right back to wherever they came from.
Son, I think you may have something. I'm going to head over to the council meeting right now and pitch it to them.
Will you tell them it was my idea, Daddy? It was my idea.
No, I won't. I'll tell them that this idea came from the future mayor of Mona, Utah, whose last name just happens to be Criddle.
But it was my idea, Daddy, not the future. Oh, wait, that is me, isn't it, Daddy? Tell them that I am their retribution.
Denver, you don't catch on quick, but you do eventually catch on.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Well, that's over. Jokes over
yeah,
there.
we could do a dad
You
joke.
could do a dad joke every time we come back.
Okay, I'll do a dad.
I'm all
No,
for
that's
that.
too much.
They're
That's,
just awful. All right, well, that's fine. We'll plod along. Now we'll go to your check-ins in just a second. I see there's some people on the line.
Yep.
So let's officially begin the program first, Gina.
yeah, Jerry Sanger Cadillac celebrates their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Sanger difference.
The moon is 99.2% of full. It's essentially a full moon today. The moon will rise at 9:04 p.m. Today being Tuesday. It's the 10th day of June in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ 2025.
Ding.
Ding. I forgot to grab the bell.
That's
I'm sorry.
all right.
I was running around doing other things.
Today is the Belmont Stakes. You know what makes the Belmont Stakes different from the other two races in the Triple Crown, Gina?
What's that?
Well, come on, you're the horsey girl.
Well, and it was this weekend, so I'm unclear why you said today is the.
Well, it's what it said on my Today thing.
Oh, okay.
It's
Sovereignty won over the
it's
weekend.
the oldest and the longest. of the three races.
I didn't know it was the oldest. I did know it was the longest.
And I don't know why they put it today, because I knew they ran it on Saturday.
Yeah, sovereignty beat out journalism on Saturday.
It's National Forklift Safety Day. National.
You still want to go drive a forklift? Don't
I
you?
really do. You know, my son has a girlfriend, and she drives a forklift for Costco.
Oh, does she?
Well, she could hook you up. Probably.
Well, no, they got all these safety things.
There's like you have to have like a certificate, a license to drive them.
It's National Egg Roll Day, and it's National Bed Bug Prevention Day. I'm all for that.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Carrie Jackson, who will be AWOL for the next 2.5 weeks. I'm Bill Allred. That's Gina Barberi over there. Katie, for short, is our fine producer, also filling in, running the board today.
Yep. She's Captain Katie.
And and Katie is doing here essentially what she does every day, making sure that we don't screw up, keeping us on time.
Yeah, I have this big red button here.
Yep.
I need to hit it every so often.
Let's see, who do we have helping out there in the producer's booth? We have Maya and Ari, and Spencer is there.
Yeah.
Hi, Spencer.
I got to make sure that they understand and have backup in case they have questions or anything. Spencer has been covering back there for me for nearly a year at this point.
Spencer's a can-do kind of guy.
Yeah, and he's willing to learn and help out every way he can.
And whenever there's an emergency, Spencer saes, I can take care of that.
Also, Vaxel Dan is still in the studio, too.
If the show runs out of gas, Spencer's your guy.
He'll get on a scooter and go. All right, let's go to check-ins. 877-602-9696. Looks like we have some people on the phone.
Let's start with Brad.
Hi, Brad. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill, Gina, Katie.
Hey.
It's Brad. I'm calling you from the Isle of Skye.
From where?
The Isle of Skye in Great Britain?
Scotland.
Scotland. That's
Oh.
Is this bad, Brad?
No.
It sounds kind of like him.
He's in Scotland.
I'm a good Brad.
What, Gina? Bad Brad is allowed to go to Scotland. Brad, what are you doing there in the Isle of Skye?
A 2-week trip of Scotland. We're currently at Castle Dunvegan, home of the MacLeod clan.
Yeah, that was the vegetarian clan. Dunvegan.
Yeah.
The vegan
They
clan.
have a lot of gardens.
What time is it there in Scotland?
6 hours.
After 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So, Brad, have you had haggis yet?
Ugh.
No, I have avoided haggis at all costs.
I had it in Scotland. I was not a fan.
Don't avoid it. I thought it was going to be awful, and I thought it was quite good.
Did you?
Actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm hitting the whiskey hard instead of the haggis.
I was going to say, are you on Jimmy's trip?
no, he hasn't gone yet.
No,
He leaves this week, I thought.
no, here yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm spending most of my time on whiskey tasting tours.
Good.
When we're not at Castle.
Well, good for you.
I love that you thought to check in with us all the way from Scotland.
It's a beautiful place, isn't it?
I'm a long time listener since back in the KJQ days, and it's my first time ever talking to you guys. I'm sorry it took this long, but I love your show, and we're even listening to it on the podcast while we're driving around the country here so that we can keep up with what you guys are doing.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for
Thank
doing
you
it.
for doing that.
And, yesterday, we celebrated our 39th year on the air.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right.
Very, very happy that you've made it that far, and I hope you keep going.
Brad, let me just leave you with this. Oh, would some power gifty gie us to see ourselves as others see us. See you later.
Like that.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks,
Bye,
Brad.
Looks like we have Braden.
Hi, Braden. What's up?
Good morning. Hello, everyone, and I hope that you're all having a good morning.
We are, so far.
Just wanted to call in and say just some friendly advice. If you want to get really good at something, slow it down a little bit. I've learned that slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Yes. Yes.
That's probably good advice.
I can understand that when I'm training people, certain things.
Slow it down just a little.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be calm. Yeah. Keep calm and carry on. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that?
I did.
That's
Smart.
right. Yeah.
Apparently, so we just had a call from the Isle of Skye in Scotland, and apparently Braden is calling from outer space. Doesn't it sound like he's calling from the space shuttle or something?
A little bit.
I I apologize. I'm sitting in my car. I'm not moving, but I am sitting there.
It's fair. We understand.
All right, Braden. Well, thanks for
Braden.
checking in. Anything else before we let you go?
No, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for letting me listen. And, yeah, you're all wonderful.
Thank you so much. You're wonderful.
Be safe.
Take care.
See ya. Let's see. What else do we have? We have some check-ins.
We have some text check-ins. Good morning, 2 of 3 lords, Katie for short and crew. Trucker Landon checking in on my way to work in Los Angeles this week. By the way, Mona, Utah smells like hay and bullets this morning. Hopefully this week goes smoothly in LA.
That's very, very precise. Hay and bullets?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this. Hi, Bill. This is Dovetail Heather. I work at a wood shop, and I can teach you how to drive a forklift anytime.
You should take her up on
There
that.
you go.
I should.
Rye from Orem checking in. Johnny B checking in, listening while not wanting to get out of bed. Well, don't, Johnny B. You stay put. You have our permission.
Metal Shop Mark. I have a forklift license. Me.
Terrence, Gina's gay son, checking in classy pride style, getting my credit card and ID replaced because I lost
No.
not because of intoxication, because I'm getting old and forgetting stuff. Thank you for letting me listen. Rest in peace, Sly, Mikkel of Reno, Meshach of Erda. Let's see, Chef Roy checking in.
Dan of Evanston checking in from the Raton of New Mexico.
What is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see, Woodworker Willie, Big City SLC and Peter checking in. Looks like we are all present and accounted for.
All right. Well, then shall we do a little traffic?
Yeah, Midvale's Rousdower checking in, I-215 North on the 201 West, business as usual. That's how Infiniteam works. It's sending us via text what you're seeing on the roads at 33986. We've got a fender bender on the Legacy Parkway in North Salt Lake. This is southbound. Vehicles are on the right shoulder, not causing delays. A traffic light's not working in a portion of downtown Salt Lake. Appears to be between 7th and 4th South Main Street. Treat that area as you would as a 4-way stop.
All right, we're going to take a break here, and then we will come back, and we've got Big Boy News and Opinioendo, and also, of course, Frank Christ presents after the news. Frank Christ, it's the dead celebrity game that we play, and you can win a fine prize just by identifying a dead celebrity. What is the prize today, Gina?
Tickets to see Drive-By Truckers and Deer Tick June 17th at Red Butte.
So if you want to start lining up now to play Frank Christ Presents, you can. The number is 877-602-9696, 877-602-9696. Call, we'll put you on hold, and then the randomizer will select a contestant to win Drive-By Trucker tickets when we play Frank Christ Presents. Coming up.
After these and a song.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was...
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Ta. Listen carefully. You'll hear the mayor of Mona, Utah, and his son Denver have a conversation with ta words sprinkled liberally throughout. And now the mayor of Mona, Don Criddle.
I'm the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and I've got a message for the town councils of some of Mona's neighboring communities. We here in Mona are tired of taking in your people. There's folks from down to Nephi and folks from up to Santaquin and some from the surrounding areas, like over to Goshen, who've been flooding across our town borders. They're coming to the Young Living Lavender Farm. They're coming to use our rope swing out to the pond. And these border crossers aren't the best people. A lot of them are drinkers and smokers and such. Now, I'm sure some of them are very fine people, but it's just too much. So today, I'm going to authorize our town council to take action.
What kind of action do you think the council will take, Daddy? Because if it was up to me, I know what I'd do about this immigration problem. I know what to do to stop it, Daddy.
I'm probably going to be sorry I asked this, but what you would the future mayor of Mona, Denver Criddle, what would you do to stop the flow of them people coming to our town?
It's simple, Daddy. We got to build a wall. We got to build a big wall, a beautiful wall, the biggest, the best wall all around Mona City. That would stop them.
All right, Denver, a wall. You're right. That would control them immigrants from Santaquin and the like from coming here. But hell, son, that's a lot of work to build a wall around the whole city. You need materials and manpower for a project such as that, don't you know?
I know, Daddy. And I got an idea about that, too. We get a bunch of junked cars from the auto salvage place, and then we pile them junkers all around the town border. And then, you know what we also have an embarrassing abundance of here in Mona, don't you?
Yep. That would be tumbleweeds. We do have an embarrassment of tumbleweeds in this town.
That's right, Daddy. We got more tumbleweeds than we have residents of Mona. So we take as many tumbleweeds as we need, and we put them all around the border, kind of fill in any gaps that there might be. Because I'm telling you, Daddy, folks trying to sneak into Mona from up to Santaquin or down to Nephi will get one look at that junk car and tumbleweed barricade. They'll hightail it right back to wherever they came from.
Son, I think you may have something. I'm going to head over to the council meeting right now and pitch it to them.
Will you tell them it was my idea, Daddy? It was my idea.
No, I won't. I'll tell them that this idea came from the future mayor of Mona, Utah, whose last name just happens to be Criddle.
But it was my idea, Daddy, not the future. Oh, wait. That is me, isn't it, Daddy? Tell them that I am their retribution.
Denver, you don't catch on quick, but you do eventually catch on.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Well, that's over.
For you.
Hello?
We're here.
We should do some news. And like we said, coming up, we have Frank Chris Presents. The prize for that is Drive-By Truckers and Deer Tick. They're coming June 17th to Red Butte, part of the Red Butte Outdoor Concert Series. So if you'd like to play Frank Chris Presents, you can call right now while we're doing the news, 877-602-9696. The news.
Oh, come on, call. I'm just looking at the lines here. They're all empty. If you come play Frank Chris Presents. You can do it.
You can.
Yeah.
It's very easy. Summer Showdown continues this weekend with Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. 3D glasses provided.
Ooh.
Versus The Burning, which I looked into it.
Uh-huh.
It is a horror at the camp kind of thing.
Yeah.
So same kind of thing. But it's the first movie that Holly Hunter, Jason Alexander, and one other person I'll look up. But the first movie they were ever in.
Oh.
So
Okay.
kind of cool.
The Burning.
50th anniversary. See the restored version of the Erie classic Picnic at Hanging Rock. You can get your tickets at slfstix.org.
Well, I could have made this a boner candidate, perhaps. Denzel Clark, rookie outfielder for Major League Baseball's Athletics, made what some baseball fans are calling one of the best catches they've ever seen on Monday after he scaled the outfield wall to rob a home run against the Los Angeles Angels. Now, I watched this, and it was truly an amazing
Like Spider-Man kind of
He sort
thing?
of climbs up.
Yeah.
He's got his bead on the ball. Let's see, his gloves in his left hand. He's got a bead on the ball, and he hits the wall, and he kind of climbing up the wall and throws his glove under the. And you can't quite see it at first because he then bends and almost falls over on the other side of the wall, and then he comes back up and goes, and he's got the ball in his glove. It was an amazing Spider-Man-like move after the Angels' first baseman Nolan Schnauel or something like that, Shanuel, smacked the ball high and deep toward the left center field in what would have been a home run for sure. To give LA a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning, but Clark jumped up at the warning track, used his foot to boost his body up and over the outfield wall, miraculously caught the ball before dropping back down onto the field. And they showed the camera, they put the camera on the guy who hit the ball, and he just looked so pissed.
Stunned?
I'm sure.
Not stunned, pissed. He was so angry. But here's the thing, it could have been a boner candidate. So this first baseman, or this outfielder, Mr. Clark, who pulled off this great catch, he's going, yeah, and celebrating, and he's going like this, and then he spits a big gob of stuff onto the field.
He worked up a loogie during doing all that.
Yeah, he had a big. Way
Did
to go.
it ruin it for you, Bill?
A little bit. Oh, there's a picture of him. That's just before the ball
Okay. I see what you
falls
mean.
into
Yeah.
his glove. X96.com/live. The ball falls into his glove, but his momentum propels him, so he kind of bends over that wall and almost falls over the other side. It was a brilliant catch.
Yeah, you should watch the video of it.
Yeah, brilliant catch, but you didn't have to spit when you were celebrating. Well, let's see. Gavin Newsom says Donald Trump is unhinged, speaking like an authoritarian. He blasted Trump amid the president's deployment of National Guard troops to the Los Angeles area. It's just an extraordinary moment, and I don't want to overstate it, but these are the words of an authoritarian, Newsom said in a Monday interview with Politico. Whether he acts on it or not, the chill that creates it is real, and it's a serious moment. It's very serious. Trump and his crazy border czar have targeted Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass by name with threats of arrests and other ominous, unspecified acts to be carried out by the federal government if the two don't fall in line. I heard Trump saying, well, Gavin, he's a very stubborn guy. I kind of like him, but I mean, he's really going too far here. And
what does he want him
and
to
the high
do?
speed and this high speed rail that's not gonna. They're really gonna have trouble with that.
What?
Yeah, that's what he's doing, and they've formally said, well, we're not going to fund the high speed rail that you guys have been working on for so long and planning because to punish you for standing up to us. More than 700 Marines based out of the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center in California have apparently been mobilized to respond to the protests in Los Angeles, according to 3 people familiar with the matter, and will join the thousands of National Guard troops who the cops don't want there, who the governor doesn't want there, who the mayor doesn't want there. But they've been activated by Trump over the weekend without the consent of California's governor or L.A.'s mayor. That is the National Guard troops. The deployment of the full Marine battalion marks a significant escalation in Trump's use of the military as a show of force against protesters. But it's still unclear what their task will be in L.A., the sources said. Like the National Guard troops, they are prohibited from conducting law enforcement activity, such as making arrests, unless Trump invokes the Insurrection Act, which permits the president to use military force to end an insurrection or rebellion of federal power.
We didn't do that on January 6th.
That was my thought, too.
I kind of think if they all just backed off, everyone would go home and this would be done. Just back off.
Probably. The woman who kidnapped Elizabeth Smart over 20 years ago was back in court as she listened to the charges against her and was ordered to continue reporting to pretrial services. A scheduling conference was also set for July 21st. Barzee is not currently in custody. The 79-year-old woman is charged with 2 counts of violation by a sex offender of a protected area, both Class A misdemeanors. Barzee was arrested on May 1 after she was seen weeks earlier at Liberty Park, which is prohibited. She's prohibited from doing that as part of the terms of her registration as a sex offender.
She can't be in any public place where kids can be.
Which is, I mean, it's, I guess you have to make some, but that's kind of everywhere. She can't go to the grocery store, can she? I mean,
I don't know.
When she was arrested at her home, Barzee said she was commanded by the Lord to visit the park, and also admitted to previous.
Let the Lord down.
And also admitted to previously visiting Sugar House Park. In 2002, Barzee and her husband, Brian David Mitchell, kidnapped Smart from her home, holding her captive for 9 months, you'll remember. After she pleaded guilty in 2009, Barzee spent nearly 9 years in prison until she was released on parole in 2018. And I think Brian David Mitchell is still in prison. Let's see. The Utah Attorney General's office intends to seek a death warrant to have condemned killer Ralph Leroy Menzies executed. The filing in West Jordan's 3rd District Court on Monday follows a judge's ruling that Menzies is competent enough to face execution.
He sort of understands that he's going to be killed.
Isn't there something just fundamentally wrong with this? I mean, I have no sympathy for Mr. Menzies. However, isn't there something fundamentally, or it's also, you know, it's not unprecedented that people who are psychotic and have committed murders, they give them drugs to make them less psychotic so that they can understand that they're going to be executed.
Yeah. The whole system needs a revamp.
He has dementia. He's not, I mean, he committed horrible crimes. And he's been in prison for
40 years.
Yeah. He's on death row for the 1988 kidnapping and murder of Maureen Hunsaker. She was abducted from her job at a convenience store in Kearns and tied to a tree where she was murdered by Mr. Menzies. Well, how many bodies does it take before he's not a good guy? That's what I'd like to know, and I think our crime reporter Gina Barberi may have an answer and an explanation.
The wife of suspected Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann claims he's, quote, her hero, and that authorities have the wrong man in the murders of 7 women. There's going to be more, by the way. 7 women found dead in New York's remote Gilgo Beach.
You mean more charges, or they're going to find more bodies?
I think they'll find more bodies. Asa Ellerup, 61 years old, maintained her husband's innocence during an interview for the upcoming Peacock docuseries The Gilgo Beach Killer, House of Secrets, which is centered around the investigation into the Long Island murders. I know what bad men are capable of doing, she said. I've seen it, and I've heard it from other men. Not my husband. You have the wrong man. I want him to come back home to me. They're trying to sit there and tell me that, but I have no knowledge of what they keep talking about. You must have known. Known what? My husband was home. He's a family man.
Well, okay.
He's a family man.
I thought she was Well, this is the first I guess I've heard. I thought she was not supportive of
Oh,
it.
no. Investigators used DNA analysis to identify victims, many of whom were sex workers. In some cases, they were able to connect them to remains found elsewhere. Years earlier, they found his DNA on them. I mean, he did this, honey. I know he said your hero, but sorry.
Jeez. When is the documentary and where?
Netflix, and I just closed it. I can't remember.
More than a day after its grand opening and ribbon cutting, the splash pad at Cook Family Park has closed until further notice. So it's brand new grand opening splash pad.
Okay.
It was open for a day. Now they've closed it. The city of Pleasant Grove has announced the closure late Sunday, claiming that it was over safety concerns. Pleasant Grove City held the official grand opening of Cook Family Park on Saturday. The 24-acre park was developed following a more than $5 million donation from Greg and Julie Cook. The park features an expansive playground, skate park, recreational fields, basketball courts, and a 10,000-square-foot splash pad.
Sounds like fun.
However, according to city officials, they received several reports of people slipping on the splash pad.
Oh, no.
The ages of those who slipped and their injuries were not revealed by the city.
Oh.
But it must have been extensive because they're closing the splash pad until further notice. So contractors can apply additional treatments to the surface area. And
You get really hurt.
what those treatments aren't specified, but they've got to put something on it to make it. But apparently people were going down in the dozens. Just everybody slipping and falling and hurting themselves. Let's see, thousands of people in Salt Lake City, more than 6,000 homes and businesses lost power Monday night.
Katie couldn't charge her
That was
phone.
me. My phone is at 80%.
That makes you nervous, doesn't it?
It does. It actually really does.
I know. I'm weird like that, too. My phone always has to be between 80 and 100%, or I get nervous.
We lost power yesterday in the Mill Creek area. We lost power about, I want to say it was about 7 o'clock.
Let's see.
I was just about to make dinner,
6:30.
too.
Said it started at about 6:30 due to a problem with a Cottonwood substation. There are two main clusters of outages, according to the Rocky Mountain Power, with most impacted customers being in Holiday, Mill Creek, and South Salt Lake. But I think all of the power is back now.
It should be. Ours came back at about 2:30 this morning, which got an email for that at 2:30, and then I wake up an hour later, so it's great.
Finally, this story. When children of wealthy families reach adulthood, they often benefit from the largesse of parents in the form of a trust fund. It's another way to get a leg up on less affluent peers who may receive nothing at all, so you can lord it over your poor friends when you get older, or maybe even be expected to support their families. But what if all children, regardless of the family's circumstances, every single baby born could get a financial boost when they turn 18? That's the idea and this is kind of cool, I think. That's the idea behind House GOP proposal backed by Trump. It would create accounts for all babies born in the United States over the next 4 years with $1,000 that would accrue interest until the children reach adulthood. At age 18, they could withdraw the money to put it toward a down payment for a home, education, or to start a small business. If the money is used for other purposes, it'll be taxed at a higher rate. Now, this isn't Donald Trump's idea. This has been theorized for 20 years, I think. Some economists first came up with this idea. Mm-hmm. Give every child, when they're born, $1,000, and but put it in a bank and let it accrue interest. That's kind of I think it's kind of
sounds like a Roth
idea.
IRA savings, what I have.
Yeah. The bill calls for the money to be handled by investment firms. Well, you might run into problems there. Mm-hmm. And the bill would require at least one parent to produce a Social Security number with work authorizations. When a little baby is born, they're going to start off with $1,000. And if we do a good job of investing their money, they're going to have a great future ahead of them. So
it's not a bad idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea at all.
It's also about making sure that the parent doesn't have control over that,
right?
If they take it and run.
It would be so. That's kind of what Social Security is on the other end. Mm-hmm. You out of your paycheck every month, that little bit gets invested.
Mm-hmm.
Economist Derek Hamilton first pitched the idea of baby bonds 25 years ago.
Baby bonds.
Said the Republican proposal. He said the Republican proposal would exacerbate rather than reduce wealth gaps. He envisioned a program that would be universal, but would give children from poor families a larger endowment than their wealthier peers in an attempt to kind of level the playing field.
Well, and the same thing with Social Security. There are people that say that wealthy people shouldn't get it because they don't need it.
Yeah.
And that even though they've been paying into it.
So the guy who came up with the idea said the way Trump is trying to do it is wrong. It's going to enhance inequality rather than, So which was what the Trump administration is trying to do across the board.
Yeah.
They like inequality. They don't want people to be equal at all. All right, that's it. Sports weather traffic.
Yeah, I got this from our friend at Jazz Nation News. They say that former Cypress High School basketball player has been promoted to the director of pro scouting for the Jazz. Also, Katie Benson has been promoted to the new GM of the SLC Stars.
Well, that's great. She's wonderful.
Isn't she great?
I don't know.
I would assume.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the NBA, we don't have a game today. Tomorrow is 6:30. The next game. The series is tied at 1 apiece. In the NHL, Florida Panthers 6-1 over the Edmonton Oilers. Florida leads that series 2-1. Next game looks like it's on Thursday at 6 o'clock. Let's see, weather. 66 right now, 94 for a high today. Tiny, 20% chance of maybe some afternoon thunderstorms, mainly over the mountains, though. Overnight low 66. Tomorrow, kind of the same thing, 96 with about a 20% chance of thunderstorms just over the mountains, so be aware of that if you are recreating. Let's see, traffic. Let me refresh this, see what the latest stuff is. Fender Bender, I-215 southbound near Legacy Parkway in North Salt Lake. That's about it. Things seem to be moving well. If you see something that friends of the program need to know about, though, you can text us and let us know, 33986.
All right, we're going to take a break here, and
No,
we're going
we
to
have
do
Frank
Frank
Chris.
Chris. We're going to do Frank Chris first. That's right.
And Frank's not
He's
here.
not feeling well.
No.
Frank is under the weather. I got a note from him. He gave me a list of celebrities, and he said, I have a cold.
I didn't know he could get a cold.
I'm not sure how that works, because Frank Christ is a grim reaper, a reaper of celebrity souls, and he's a skeleton. But he said, I think it's a cold. That something's wrong. He says he has to lie down.
Okay, well.
But he gave me the list to play the dead celebrity game. Frank Chris presents. They're fine. They're just fine.
Do we have a contestant?
We do. We've got Mike on the phone.
Hi, Mike.
Mike, are you there?
Good morning. Hello.
Hi, Mike. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good.
Mike, you're playing for Drive-By Truckers tickets. They're coming with Deer Tick June 17th to Red Butte. This is part of the Red Butte Outdoor Concert Series.
So, Mike, just to set this up a little bit more, Frank Christ is the reaper of celebrity souls. He is a grim reaper. His curse is to reap the souls of celebrities, and it's a curse because he loves the celebrities. Like we all do, right?
Well, sure, I
We all
know
love
I
them.
do.
Mike, you love the precious celebrities, don't you?
Of course.
Of course, because
Everything they say and do is right.
Absolutely. So we play a macabre little game called Frank Chris Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. Frank has given me a list of 4 actors. 3 of the actors on the list are, as Frank says, they're fine. They're just fine. But one of them he has taken. And Mike, you identify the dead celebrity. You'll win those tickets to see Drive-By Truckers and Deer Tick.
Let's do it.
All right. Mike, it's National Bed Bug Prevention Day.
Yeah.
So Frank thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'll give Bill a list of actors in movies that are set in flop houses where bed bugs are likely to be
makes
found.
sense.
All right? Here we go, Mike. Number 1 on the list is Jack Nance, longtime collaborator of filmmaker David Lynch. Nance portrayed the lead in Lynch's directorial film Eraserhead. He appeared in many other Lynch movies, including Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, Twin Peaks, and Lost Highway. He's in the Chuck Norris movie Breaker Breaker. He was in the movie Barfly, set in cheap, squalid hotel rooms and bars. Number 1, Jack Nance. Number 2 is Grace Zabriskie. She had supporting roles in dozens of Roger Corman movies. She was in the horror film Galaxy of Terror. She was in An Officer and a Gentleman, Nickel Mountain, and The Burning Bed. She was also in Twin Peaks and Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. She was in the movie My Own Private Idaho, about 2 friends living hand-to-mouth in sketchy dwellings. Number 2, Grace Zabriskie. Number 3 is the actor Fiona Shaw. She played Petunia Dursley in the Harry Potter film series. Before her film career, she gained many accolades in the theater, but in film, she appeared in My Left Foot, Mountains of the Moon, Three Men and a Little Lady, Super Mario Brothers, Jane Eyre, and Gormenghast. She was in The Tree of Life, which shows a character struggling with homelessness. Number 3 is Fiona Shaw. And finally, number 4, Will Patton. He was in Silkwood, The Client, Copycat, The Spitfire Grill, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Mothman Prophecies, No Way Out, The Postman, and Remember the Titans. He was in Wendy and Lucy, about a young woman traveling across the country with her dog. The young woman was Wendy, the dog was Lucy, and the crappy places, bed-bug-infested places that they were forced to stay in. Number 4 is Will Patton. Mike, one of those actors has bit the dust. One of those actors is pushing up daisies. Which one is it?
Oh, I hope I'm not wrong, but I'm going to call it Jack Nance.
No, you're correct. Jack Nance.
The following is a spot.
Bong.
He died in 1996 at the age of 53. He died
53. He died.
He had a lot of alcohol problems, and he died as the result of injuries suffered in a fight that he got into at a 7-Eleven.
Oh, wow.
So congratulations, Mike. You're going to go see Drive-By Truckers and Deer Tick.
And if people want more information about those
you.
shows, you can go to x96.com. There's ticket links and information available there.
Mike already said thank you, so let's put him on hold.
We put him on hold, and he will get all the information from my interns.
All right.
If Frank is feeling better later, I bet he's going to go visit Gina Gershon. She's 63.
No. I happen to know Frank has a very soft spot for Gina Gershon.
Oh, okay. Well, I think she's fine. She's just fine.
You know, Grace Zabriskie, and you'd know her if you saw her. 84 years old. She was in True Blood, and she was in the Big Love as well. She played Bruce Dern's wife in Big Love.
Oh, I know exactly who that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who she is.
Yeah. And Will Patton is 70. With the Skitters. All right. So there we go.
That is Frank Hurst.
I think we're going to do a Utah Word of the Day coming up, and we might hear from Carrie Jackson.
I was going to say, he said he'd call in. We can have him call in this next break if we want.
Was he had time to get to Korea?
We'll ask him.
Well, I mean, he left this morning.
He said he's at the airport and can call in.
Oh, at the airport. Okay.
So we could talk to him before he actually takes off if we want.
A little bit of traffic for you. First, crash northbound Main Street, Hillfield Road. Crash southbound I-215 west 28th north. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, please text us and let us know if it's safe for you to do that, and I will pass it along. 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Okay, so coming up, we might have Carrie on the phone, and we might have a Utah word for you.
One or the other?
Or both.
Or maybe both.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what we have time for. So stick around for that. No comedy
wait,
drops.
You know what I think is amazing? What?
Arthur in Alpine wants to know what you think is amazing.
Alpine.
In Alpine.
What is amazing to me is that Kerry Jackson has already made it to Korea. He's calling us from Korea. And I just, how did you get there so fast?
Is that your Utah word, Korea?
Korea.
Yeah, I was just trying that out. Korea. Is that going to South Korea? Yeah. Where are you?
No, I'm in the Delta Sky Lounge right now, actually. It's and the bar doesn't open until 8. What the hell?
What?
I thought they were open all the time.
Didn't we have that bartender friend who calls the show?
I don't know if he works at the Delta Lounge.
Well, I don't know. He may not. So you're heading to South Korea, and what time do you have to board?
We're going to board here in about an hour.
Oh,
hour or so.
Do you still have time to wait till 8 o'clock and pre-drink?
I wish. No. Sadly.
That's just terrible.
Are you missing us already?
I've already been warned by Sue, no mixed drinks.
No mixed drinks. I want you sober when we get off the plane.
No more Mai Tais?
I don't want a repeat of Honolulu.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the sugary drinks, that's no good.
That's not.
So is everything going smoothly so far?
Surprisingly smoothly, yeah. There are several friends of the program that are traveling today and working here at the airport. As a matter of fact, I've gotten waved at and talked to several times now. So
yeah.
Again, no mixed drinks.
Yeah.
So
when I went to Chicago, I got patted down by a friend of the program. That was fun.
Fun for him.
Well, I think he just did that because he wanted to.
I think maybe so. It's that airport is really very nice.
We're lucky to have that airport. We really are. It gets right. Yeah,
it's a terrific airport. But here's the thing. So I'm in the Delta Lounge, right? And this is supposed to be for, special frequent flyer, all of that stuff. Everybody has a credit card, and everybody now has flight miles, sky miles, right? Mm-hmm. So this place is as crowded as anywhere in the airport right now.
Yeah, it used to be that was the place you could go to where it wasn't as crowded.
Is it still like up those stairs? And I forget what they used to call that.
No, it's a new area.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's right down here on the main level. It's kind of kitty corner from the Roosters.
Do you know why I like the Delta Sky Lounge? They got better soap in the bathroom.
Okay.
It's always something, isn't it, Gina?
It's better.
It's always something.
It is good smelling. Grown Alchemy is the brand. Carrie, go wash your hands. You'll thank me.
Oh, I did.
It's good soap, right?
It smells lovely.
Yeah.
Always something.
I had to because I had a boiled egg and ate it with my hands all over me.
You don't want to get on the plane with egg stink.
Fingers.
Egg stink, man. That's no good.
You smell like eggs.
Sitting next to somebody who says boiled eggs, huh? Yeah.
So, do you have a bunch of shows keyed up to watch? You gonna binge something? What's your viewing plan?
Well, we fly to Seattle, so I'll just probably rely on the in-flight entertainment for that stretch.
Oh, sorry.
And yeah, here's hoping it works. Mm-hmm. And then from there we go to we're flying to Seoul and then to Tokyo. But I've let my comic books stack up on my Marvel app, so I'm just going to catch up on the Ultimate reads and Daredevil. And I'll just let them stack up, so I'll do that and try to sleep on a plane, which I've never been able to do.
How long of a flight from Seattle to Seoul?
Oh.
That's an excellent question, one that I don't want an answer to, because if you think about it, then it will be painful.
Blissfully unaware.
I can sleep on a plane if I'm in business or first class and really drunk.
Carrie's not allowed to have mixed drinks, remember?
There are other kinds of drinks.
That's a lot of Chardonnay. We're in like something called Comfort Plus, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
But,
Delta,
as long as the Wi-Fi works,
yeah.
and I'm near a bathroom. Everything will be fine. And they keep bringing me Chardonnay. Everything will be fine.
I like Delta, and this last flight I took on leaving Chicago, the flight was delayed for some reason. We were like half an hour late or something before they took off, and then when the attendants, when the stewardess, no, when the flight attendant came down with the drink cart, I said, well, I think I'd like two bottles of Woodford Reserve and a glass of ice, please. And he said, okay, thank you. And I handed him my credit card, and he looked at it and handed it back and said, it's your birthday today. And I thought, what?
Oh.
What? My birthday's not on my credit card. What?
He was being nice.
What? He said, it's your birthday today. And I said, thank you. And I think he did.
Tell me up. It's your birthday today.
I think he was doing that to everybody because the flight was delayed a half an hour.
Good on him. Good man.
And that's good Delta policy, I think.
Do you guys always fly Delta?
Try to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, no. Just we have been more so lately.
Okay.
But we'll fly. And I'm going to fly Korean Air when we get there to back and forth to
Fair.
Tokyo to Seoul.
And now that's
Korean Air is a nice airline.
Yeah, that's probably because it's a state run. I'm sure it's a state run airline,
Mm-hmm.
and when you they take care of it, they keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Now you remember last time we flew ANA, which is an Asian airline, and that was the best I've ever flown.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, we're not flying any ANAs this time around. But
yeah, I've said the best flight I ever was on was Qatar Airways.
Oh, that when you went to Tibet?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I went to Nepal, it was from I think it was from Houston. Went from Houston to Qatar on Qatar Air, and man, I was in economy class, but there was plenty of room.
Oh, that's nice.
Great meal service, very attentive, clean, huge. It was a huge plane.
That was like ANA, and we had metal utensils for our meal, and our meal was good.
Yeah. Yep.
So I just got texted. It's 10 hours from Seattle to Seoul.
You didn't want to know.
I didn't want to know.
See, that's when you have Lord of the Rings and you just have all three of them.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's good, yeah.
I'd be all for it. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Harry Potter, those are all you need.
Well,
you could do the whole flight that way.
Exactly.
Have a safe flight and try and have a good time.
And Carrie's going to be checking in with us periodically.
Yes.
And it'll be good because it'll be nighttime there, so he will be having
We're going to
cocktails.
get drunk Carrie on the air.
Oh, yeah. In Seoul, it's the soju capital of the world. I'm going to be, by the time you speak to me, I will be. I nearly said a bad word. I will be snockered.
Good job.
You said you were going to say S-faced, weren't you?
Yep.
Yes, I was.
You can sure. I just say faced. I'm going to get faced.
Faced is good. That's good. And he's faced.
Yeah.
The only hard part of this trip was finding somebody to stay at my house the whole time.
Yeah.
And luckily we got that taken care of. Although still, Hudson knew as soon as the suitcases appeared. Hudson knew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he try crawling in the suitcase?
Yeah, he was trying. He was freaking out.
Oh, sweetheart.
Well, look, Carrie.
I kind of feel sorry for the person staying at my house.
Oh, no.
It'll be a bundle of nerves for days.
Carrie, try and have a good time.
I will.
So people might be curious why you're going to South Korea. Part of it is family obligations and that sort of thing. But you like South Korea. I've heard you say you like it quite a bit.
Oh, I do. I like Tokyo and South Korea a lot. Yeah, we're going to South Korea because Sue's oldest brother lives there.
Yeah.
Still stayed there. And so we're going to go and see him, and then we're bringing the rest of the family with us. We're all meeting in Seoul, so it's like a big family reunion for them. And I'll be the lone white guy standing around looking awkward.
I wish
he's
I
the
could,
meme from Pulp Fiction.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall and just
see what it
see
would be
some
like.
of that. It'd be,
I'll give you play-by-play when I get back.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Please be careful though.
We love you.
We'll miss
Have
you.
fun.
All right, I'm going to go have a bowl of cereal before the plane.
Okay.
Do it.
It's a great substitute for booze, I suppose.
Bye, Carrie.
Yeah.
See
Bye-bye.
you later.
I want him to go and have a good time and
I'd
eat
love
some
to
great
go.
food
I would
and
love to go
Drink
on
a
that
lot.
trip.
I would too. I've always wanted to go to Tokyo. That's been a
And there's
dream.
something different having family
Yes.
locally.
Yeah.
Like they know where to go eat, and they know
all the good local joints that some white
Yeah,
people would be
yeah.
scared to go to
Yeah,
out
but,
there.
Yeah, but the problem is that you have to spend a lot of time with family.
Well, that's the
that's the problem.
It's the good and the bad.
It's a win-lose situation, but 50-50 at least there's a decent outcome.
I just think it's so funny to think of Carrie, the only white guy. So I mean, surrounded by all his Korean
There were
relatives.
like 20 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's a big group.
And most of them love him dearly.
Oh, yeah.
I think there are a couple of them that are a little suspicious of him. But.
All right, we've got boners coming up. Did you want to tease them, Bill?
Oh, yeah, let me do that. I'm sorry, I was looking at my notes for
it's cool. I'm trying to be as best as I can as Carrie.
I can do traffic real quick.
Sure,
while
let's do
you're
that.
Gathering
Weather
that
traffic,
together.
Gina.
Good friend of the program, Allison Sabo, says southbound I-15 from I-80 to 106 is hauling ass.
Thanks, Allison.
Things are good there. Crash northbound I-15, 152nd south in Salt Lake. And I would agree with the hauling ass thing. Everything looks pretty good. You can let us know what your ass is up to on the roads. We appreciate it when you do. Community alert, power out East Layton. My phone's only at 30% charge. So,
I feel ya.
So some more power issues for folks. Whatever you're seeing, please text us and let us know. 33986.
All right, here we go. Boners, these are the ones you'll be voting for in just a couple of minutes. Boner candidate number 1. Now, class, show of hands. Who can tell me what's wrong with this headline? Boner candidate number 2, Dr. Phil is where the action is. And boner candidate number 3, Bobby gives him the boot.
Okay. Boners coming up after a few messages and a song. But first, Larson HVAC and Plumbing.
Yeah, these are our plumbers and HVAC guys.
Mm-hmm.
Family-owned business since 2017. We've had them in our house doing various things. We're part of their VIP program, and that's not just because, we're Radio from Hell. You can be part of the VIP program, too. It's nice. They let you know when your filters need to be changed, when it's time for service. You don't have to keep track of that. They do. You can get $500 off a new high-efficiency air conditioner, plus get 1 year's worth of filters for free from our friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing.
They let me know when my filters needed to be changed, and they let me know when the filters on my furnace needed to be changed, too.
Bill has a separate set of filters.
Yeah, just for me.
Plus, they're Ream Pro certified. They know what they're doing. Tariffs might be raising prices on a lot of things, but right now, friends of the program can get a tariff-busting deal that'll save you money on your energy bills and save you a trip with this year's worth of new filters. Get your discount code at larsonhvac.com/X96.
Now, because it's Valentine's Day, people send Valentines, and of course, a Valentine has come pouring into us.
We got one Valentine.
Oh, good.
Did they ask us to
got one.
be mine?
Well, we each got a separate Valentine.
Oh, we did.
From the same person, and this is just one Valentine of the. We didn't get any others.
Oh.
So it says, Radio from Hell crew. I just wanted to send you Valentines because I love what you do for the show. Do what you want with the scratch-off card. Oh. Maybe one of you can take it home with you. Love, Clark. Bill, I'm the one that gave you 2 dimes when you were down in Provo.
2?
Yes. And the scratch-off card is, what is it? This.
Okay. Oh, like we could win money?
No.
Oh.
It says on it, the romance card, scratch off for love.
Oh.
And you scratch off 1 heart from each row.
Can you take one of those dimes and do it?
So the rows are what, where, and when.
Oh. It's instructions.
Yeah.
It's like a game.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Yeah, I would need that. Shall I do it now, or do you want to get your Valentines first?
Go ahead and do that, and then we'll get our Valentines.
Okay, so you're trusting me to... This is for all of us.
Okay.
So we all have to do this.
What?
Pick
1, 2, or 3, I guess.
Okay. I'm doing 3.
Okay.
It's kind of... Yeah, that's not working very well.
You need a dime. Where's your
Yeah,
dime?
you need your proper dime probably instead of that coin.
I think so. Hey, Katie, if you could, somebody find me a dime.
Give me a dime, and he needs it this time.
All right, I'll hand out the Valentines.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's yours, Gina. Yeah. This is from Clark in Springville. This is the one for Carrie. There's your Valentine.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's mine. You want to start with just... Oh, and Katie, there's one for you as well. A Valentine for Katie.
Oh, it's a just keep swimming. Happy Valentine's Day to Gina B from Clark.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. But then the sticker inside, Carrie, this should be for you. It's a sand people sticker.
I love sand people.
Oh, maybe that
do.
was just loose in there, so maybe it was supposed to be for Carrie.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Let's see. What is yours, Katie? You got one there.
All right.
I have a unicorn. So sorry, not a dinosaur. I have a unicorn. It says, "You're magical."
Oh,
Thanks.
and Carrie got.
Mine is Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day it is. And then on the back it says, "Eat candy you will, but he'd script candy and put fruit."
I think that's for Sue.
Yeah.
Fruit is candy.
Fruit is candy.
Fruit is, yeah.
Clark listens carefully to the
Yes,
show.
he does.
Let's see. Mine is kind of a nice big one here, and it says "From Clark" on the front of it. You open it up, it says, "How sweet it is to be taught by you." To Bill, best Utah in all red, and good looking.
Oh, so what that is.
For
So
a
when you
teacher?
when you buy the box of Valentines, the big one in there is for
your
teacher.
It's for the teacher.
Yeah.
Now
Mine's
I've
a
got.
scratch.
Let's see if this coin will do it.
I can scratch off this black, and it's rainbow foil underneath.
Oh.
That's kind of cool.
Can you scratch off the
I'm not having
other
much
one?
luck with
Bill's
this.
not doing well with that.
Here, you try it. One from each. So, let's see if you can. I can't get it to.
And my wife wants me to point out
Okay.
that she has actually been sending me fruit for breakfast every day.
You get candy for breakfast?
You lucky duck.
I get my oatmeal with walnuts and blueberries.
Well, blueberries those are supposed to be
Antioxidants.
Yeah, there it is, antioxidants.
Magical.
Can you get it to work? I can't. I
No.
couldn't either.
How will I know what to put where
I want to
and
know how
how?
old this thing is.
Yeah, I think it's really old. That's why. Clark, your scratch-off card doesn't work very well.
Use your
but
fingernails.
we do appreciate.
I don't know what to put where. I'm confused.
Yeah, or when.
I've been there.
Sorry, honey.
I don't know what to put where. There are too many of you. What?
Oh, a key, maybe.
Oh, a key. Try a key.
Try a key.
Macy's
Macy's got a key behind you there, Katie.
This one, the last one says next weekend.
Okay.
Next weekend.
So
okay.
that's the win.
But that means
What do we do now?
Yeah.
We gotta wait till next weekend.
And what do we put where? Somebody's got to explain that to me. What do we
Bill
put?
needs a diagram.
What do we put where?
listen, I don't care. I just know that 2024 is the year of fruit for me. Okay? Very excited.
Nice.
That's my sign off today.
It's the year of fruit.
2024.
If I scratch this thing, I'm just pulling up the paper
Well,
underneath it. So
Thank goodness
We'll
it's-
never know.
Thank goodness it's not a lottery. You know, something important.
Well, Clark,
Oh,
none of us
man.
are going to have sex.
Sorry.
Oh, is that what that was?
I think so.
I got next weekend.
Okay.
That's all we know.
Well, next.
Sorry,
weekend.
guys.
I guess what could be what the what could be mow the lawn.
But you see, if you present this to me next weekend, I'll say yes next weekend, and it just keeps going.
Oh,
you never,
then it never happens.
never happens.
What?
Mow the lawn.
Rent a something.
Sweater.
Rent a lawnmower and then mow the lawn. Nothing. No.
No. It's,
Paint
no.
sprayer.
I've tried so hard, you
No,
guys.
it's all right. It's okay. We'll figure it out on our own.
Rent a bobcat. One of those little tractors, not an animal.
Trencher.
Yeah, a trencher.
A
yeah.
ditch witch.
A ditch witch. That's
Ditch
it.
witch.
Ditch witch is my favorite.
Rent a ditch witch. Use it this weekend. There we go.
Next weekend.
It's not very romantic.
Have you ever used a ditch
Sometimes
witch?
we give you live versions of music.
Sure. It's a famous one.
Yeah.
It is time for Boner of the Day. There are 3 news stories, examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You can decide with your vote who wins, who's the worst, who's the boner of the day. Boner means mistake, right, Bill?
It does.
Yeah.
Going to give you 2 candidates now, then the news, then a 3rd candidate after that. After all of that,
You're doing fine.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
You got this.
Keep going, baby. I'm still preparing.
Okay. And then we'll have the 3rd candidate after that, and a lucky random boner voter will win a Can't Buy It, Gotta Win It Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt.
I can't tell you how many times I do that on the phone when I'm getting boner voting calls. It
Yeah.
comes out boner voting.
Boner voting.
Yeah.
All right, here's
yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yep.
all
Number
right,
one.
here's boner.
Number 1.
Boner voting or boner number 1.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, I know, but it's
Here's boner number 1. Now, class, who can tell me what's wrong with this headline? I'm going to read this story, and then I'll give you what the headline is.
Okay.
For decades, those involved in arts and culture in West Jordan, Utah, not the Middle East, could never call a single place home, often being forced to perform in parks, the community room in City Hall, even strip malls. They were always making do with what they could find. We have a family camp out on the set every night to guard our stuff and make sure nothing happens, and then we'd perform one play a year, one musician said, every summer. That's Robbie Daly speaking, president of the West Jordan Historical Society. Well, that's all changing this month. West Jordan finally has a community and art center of its own, located where the historic sugar beet factory from the early 1900s once stood. It'll be a place where people can express themselves and bring the community together, said West Jordan Mayor Dick Burton, who I've met several times and is a very nice man. Built in 1916, the factory was a staple for the area's economy before it eventually became a place for other activities. It was once a boxing gym where Gene Fulmer would practice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now it's an art center. There's a place where they can do plays, do art exhibits. The new center will open to the community on June 20th. It will feature space for all kinds of events. We're slowly bringing in amenities to the west side for residents, said Majors. As a resident, being able to have a place where my community can go and put on performances, it just brings a sense of togetherness. So it's a great start. It's a wonderful start.
Well, this all sounds great. I don't see a boner in here anywhere.
Class, who can tell me what's wrong with this headline of the story? New West Jordan Community Center, ready for its curtain call. A curtain call means
Allred,
yes, Ms. Barberi.
Doesn't a curtain call mean like that's the end of something, not the beginning?
Yes. Yes.
Clearly, those people have not been in theater.
So whoever decided that would be a good headline for this story is a boner candidate number 1. I know it's a minor thing, but those things bug the hell out of me. All right, here's boner candidate number 2. Dr. Phil is where the action is. As federal agents prepared to fan out in Los Angeles for a controversial immigration crackdown, the officers were greeted by a familiar face, Dr. Phil McGraw.
What?
The television personality and his camera crew were on hand before and after the raids that took place on Friday and triggered several days of street protests. I mean, Dr. Phil didn't trigger several days of street protests. The National
raids,
Guard troops
yeah.
and the ICE raids. McGraw was there to, quote, get a first-hand look at the targeted operations, according to his conservative TV channel, Merit TV.
Why do you need to get a look? What do you have to do with this at all,
McGraw also had exclusive access to Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, a spokesperson for the channel said. The two men sat down for taped conversations about the immigration and customs enforcement efforts, both the day before and the day after the L.A. operation. Dr. Phil and Homan were also together at the Homeland Security Investigations Field Office in L.A. on the morning the raids began. McGraw's presence on the ground in L.A. reinforces the made-for-TV nature of Trump's immigration crackdown. This is Dr. Phil getting this access is what Trump wants. Of course he can. The former daytime talk show host was embedded with ICE officials in Chicago back in January when some federal agents were told to be camera ready for a show of force at the start of President Trump's second term. A Merit TV spokesman said this time was different a little bit in order not to escalate any situation. Dr. Phil didn't join and was not embedded in the L.A. raids, but he had exclusive access, hung out at the field office, had FaceTime with Homan. This just drives me crazy.
I like this quote I read about the raids today. It says it gets lost in other high-octane dimensions of this story that the raid on a Home Depot is literally an effort to arrest people who are eager to work and whose labor is in demand. It's about as far as you can get from going after bad guys.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dr. Phil is where the action is. Boner candidate number 2. Dr. Phil is just a pawn, just a player in this sick game. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Bobby gives him the boot.
All right, boner candidate number 3, after some big boy news and opinnuendo, brought to you by
Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialists, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, 33rd South, 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
So another development, I think it's another development in the Blake Lively Baldoni trial. A judge yesterday dismissed a lawsuit filed by Justin Baldoni against Blake Lively after she sued him for sexual harassment and retaliation. He then sued her and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, for defamation, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he countersued in January for $400 million, accusing Lively and her husband, Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds, of defamation and extortion. I don't know why as far as I know, Ryan Reynolds hasn't said much about this at all, because he doesn't want to, taint the case. But the judge ruled that Baldoni can't sue Blake Lively for defamation over claims that she made in her lawsuit, because allegations made in a lawsuit are exempt from libel claims.
So that's
Simple
pretty
as that.
standard.
The judge ruled that Baldoni's claims that Lively stole creative control of the film didn't count as extortion under California law. While Lively was accused in the lawsuit of threatening to refuse to promote the film, Wayfarer does not allege facts showing that Lively had an obligation to promote the film. So there's nothing in her contract that said she had to do it.
So my guess is all of this goes away at some point. All of it.
You think? You think the sexual harassment part of it?
Maybe just to be done with it. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that I think that Blake Lively is pissed.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that she will take it to the limit. We'll see. Donald Trump has cited a provision of U.S. law that allows the president to use the National Guard to suppress the danger of a rebellion. It does appear to be largely pretextual, or at least motivated more by politics than on-the-ground need, said Chris Marasolo, a national security law professor at the University of Houston. California Governor Gavin Newsom called the deployment of the National Guard unlawful, said he would sue the government. This is about authoritarian tendencies. This is about command and control. This is about power. This is about ego, said Newsom, a Democrat, who has an ego of his own, let's not forget. This is a consistent pattern. At issue is the president's authority to deploy the military for domestic purposes. A federal law, the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878, generally bars the president from using federal troops, the Army, the Navy, Marines, Air Force, or Space Force, to enforce domestic laws. But there are some exceptional circumstances when the president can use troops domestically, and that is the Insurrection Act is the most prominent one.
Like I said, this started out as an ICE raid at a Home Depot.
Yeah, where
guys standing around trying to get work.
If you go to Home Depot here, you'll see.
Yeah.
Although the last time I went by Home Depot, not too many.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Not too many guys there standing in the parking lot looking for work, asking to help. If you need any help, they want to work.
I don't think you will find anybody who says, yes, rapists and murderers we should let stay here. Yeah, fine. Deport them. But people that want to be here to work, I said this yesterday, and I will keep saying it. I don't know why we don't put money and resources toward social workers and judges and hearings about the paperwork issue of getting people here documented legally. Why?
Because that's smart.
So there are thousands of people in detention right now. Thousands.
Yep.
And you're trying to tell me that all of those people are murderers, rapists?
No.
Yes,
get rid of those.
It's
but
not the
for
case.
most of them, they just want to be here and work. So make that easier for them to do.
15 years ago, smack in the middle of Barack Obama's first term and the rapid rise of social media and slow recovery from the Great Recession, a professor at the University of Connecticut issued a stark warning. The United States is heading into a decade of growing political instability. It sounded a little contrarian at the time. The global economy was clawing back from the depths of the financial crisis, and the American political order still seemed anchored in post-Cold War optimism, though cracks were beginning to emerge, as evidenced by, remember, the Tea Party? But Peter Turchin, an ecologist turned historian, had the data. Quantitative historical analysis reveals that complex human societies are affected by recurrent and predictable waves of political instability. He says that's where we're headed right now. Complete political instability. It doesn't mean that society will necessarily completely fall apart.
We've been here,
but it's going to be.
before.
But it's going to be. It's rough go for a while, apparently, according to his predictions. Cheryl Rubink, I think it is, and her daughter Morgan got a big surprise when they were relaxing inside of a family member's cabin on Saturday up in the Ogden Valley. We heard a kind of a clattering on the deck, and I looked over and I noticed a snout from the window.
Uh-oh.
It was a young bear, and it stood up at the door and seemed kind of interested at what was going on. Any porridge in there? The Rubinks said that the black bear checked several windows, even putting its paw on a door handle, before ultimately walking away. He hit the knob, and then he just got down and moseyed away, Cheryl Rubink said.
But you said Ogden Valley?
Yeah, it was concerning. He was going to every single window. It seemed like he knew what he was doing. He was looking for a Christmas tree farm, they think. No.
What?
No, I put that in there. The Alaskan Inn on Thursday said...
That's in the canyon.
Yeah, that's in the canyon. A bear came and just, knocked over all our garbage cans. The DWR biologists and several officers searched the area near Nordic Valley for a while because there was a sighting of a bear there. Deputies ultimately helped them locate it, and sadly, they could not simply relocate the bear.
Oh, there's pictures.
They shot him.
We should have had a picture.
He's dead.
Oh.
And he's a sweet-looking little bear. He's not
He was
very
hungry.
big. Any porridge in there? I need something to eat. He was and the bear has been euthanized. He exhibited behavior that is indicative that it no longer is afraid of people and would like to come in.
Oh, it was a 2-year-old. Little...
Sad.
Yeah, there's a picture of him standing up
Oh,
at
he looks
the
cute.
window. Yeah.
That's awful.
But you should have invited him in. Salt Lake Bees, new ballpark. Attendance is down 13% on average for the season.
Yeah, because it's all the way out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you live out there, it's great, but not everybody lives out there.
Fans aside said that there are higher ticket prices, that it's too far from downtown, and there are not any really nearby amenities.
So I was out there for the Home and Garden Show a couple weeks ago. And the stadium itself is really nice, but everything around it is still under construction. There's nothing out there.
First of all, it's a park. It's a ballpark. It's not a stadium.
But it's like backhoes, and I mean it is a construction. It looks like you pull up to it and go, "Is this the place? Is this done?"
It'll be nicer as time goes on. Let's see. 14 wildfires started over the weekend here in the state of Utah. I'm not going to detail them, but 14 wildfires. Some of them are still burning. And I think that's about it. Let's see. Yep. Okay.
Weather, traffic?
Yeah, so we're hot. 94 84 for a high today. A very slight chance of some afternoon thunderstorms, mainly over the mountains. I guess you just need to be aware of that if you're recreating up there. Overnight low 66. Tomorrow, kind of the same thing, high of 96 with a tiny chance of some pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon. That's it, though. Looking just hot and sunny all the way through into the weekend. Traffic, we heard from a couple of friends of the program. A two-car crash just happened about a mile or two west of East Canyon exit on I-80. Slow down southbound I-15 between 10th North and 6th North for no good reason. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe we just don't know what the reason is. Maybe you know the reason, and you can text it to us, 33986. From the shadow of the Wasatch Mountains, 4 women, innumerable scandals, unlimited possibilities. This is The Secret Lives of the Real Wives of the Salt Lake Hive. It's Salt Lake Acting Company. Go get your tickets at saltlakeactingcompany.org.
Boner candidate number 3, Bobby gives him the boot.
Oh, wrong
he
one.
said he wouldn't do this. Secretary of Health Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is removing all 17 members of a key advisory committee that helps craft vaccine policy and recommendations for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Ooh.
Kennedy made the announcement on Monday afternoon. He, in an opinion piece published by the Wall Street Journal, in his role as head of Health and Human Services, Kennedy has the legal authority to replace members of the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. But the decision to scrap the entire committee flies in the face of precedent and has alarmed the public health and medical establishment.
Yep.
Quote, "A clean sweep is necessary to reestablish public confidence in vaccine science," Kennedy said. "New members will prioritize public health and evidence-based medicine. The committee will no longer function as a rubber stamp for industry profit agencies." But that's not happening. Medical groups were quick to issue statements denouncing the move. The American Medical Association said Kennedy's decision undermines the trust and upends a transparent process that has saved countless lives. There is no... Now, Kennedy has said these members that I'm removing have serious conflicts of interest. No, they don't.
No.
A government report that he has cited to back that up shows they don't have any conflicts of interest. In addition, committee members are required to disclose if they have any conflict of interest before casting a vote and recuse themselves if they have one. Past members warned that gutting the current committee removes an important check on changes in the administration's approach to vaccine policy. He's doing this because he doesn't like vaccines.
Yep. And that senator who's a physician, the GOP senator, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. Is it Robinson? Something like that. So when they were...
Bill Cassidy.
That's it, Cassidy. When they were vetting Robert Kennedy, he was one of the deciding votes.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "You're a doctor. You can't be okay with this." And he said, "Don't worry. RFK is going to listen to me about these things." And now he's saying about this, he's like, "I'm going to make sure whoever they put..." No, this is on you.
Bill Cassidy, physician Republican representing Louisiana, cast a critical vote for advance Kennedy's nomination, saying that Kennedy had told him that he would maintain this committee.
Yep.
Without changes. No, I won't mess with that, I promise. That'll be right there.
And Bill and Cassidy said, "Don't worry, he'll listen to me." No.
He's a liar.
And people are going to be sick, and yes, we're all going to die, Joni Ernst, but people will be harmed, and this is on you.
You're all going to die. Boner candidate number 3, Bobby gives him the boot.
All right, you want to go through the first 2 again really quick?
All right,
and then
let's
we'll
recap,
vote?
and then we'll get to the voting. Boner candidate number 1. Now, class, who can tell me what's wrong with this headline? Just a little lighthearted boner candidate for you there. The new West Jordan Community Arts Center, they're opening. Finally, they have a place to go. It's a brand new day. It's a start. Well, then you don't put a headline that says West Jordan Community Arts Center ready for its curtain call. That means the end.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 2, Dr. Phil is where the action is. Thanks, Oprah. And boner candidate number 3, Bobby gives him the boot.
All right, it is time to vote. You can vote online or you can text your vote in to 33986. Just 1, 2, or 3, nothing else. It won't count it if you text anything else. And then on our website over at x96.com, you can go find the boner link down there, and it'll offer you up 1, 2, or 3, and you can tell it whichever one you want to win. You've got about 3 minutes before that happens, so you better go vote right now. Or you can call 33986, or you can call 877-602-9696 and give your own answer or opinion to my interns and say hi to them and say they're doing great.
Retire with Jim.
Retire with Jim, yes.
Now, look, have you ever imagined what life would be like after you retire? Think about it. Do you know what to do with your money? Do you know how to invest it? Well, I sure don't, but I know somebody who does. Our friend Jim Winokur, he's a financial planner. Jim is offering a retirement review consultation right now. Now, this is for X96 listeners only. Normally, it's cost $250, but he's for free. You can go have this consultation. All you have to do is visit retirewithjim.com/X96. Jim is local. He's experienced with retirement planning. Now, his time fills up quickly. He's a busy man, okay? So these slots where he's giving these free consultations, they go fast. Make your appointment today. Visit retirewithjim.com/X96. I mean, there is a lot of uncertainty right now with the future, tariffs, with health care, with all of that. You need to be planning for your financial future. Jim can help you make sense of all of it. Retirewithjim.com/X96. You've invested so much of your life in your career, you deserve a proper retirement, don't you? Retirewithjim.com/X96. Get your free consultation now.
For a limited time only.
And it is time to award Boner of the Day.
Before we award it,
yes,
we're going to do Hello, Yeah, What right here. So we can start lining up your phone calls for Hello, Yeah, What. 877-602-9696. It's whatever you want to talk about. Questions, comments, criticisms, jokes. Call us right now, 877-602-9696.
This is how I feel right now. This is exactly how I feel. X96.com/live. This is how I feel.
You're angry, Bill?
Yes. It's what's that character's name?
It's anger.
It's anger. It's anger emotion.
Lewis Black.
Lewis Black, yeah.
From Inside Out.
Somebody gave those.
Oh, I have a whole story for that.
Yeah, we can talk.
So we had Boner candidate number 1. Now, class, who can tell me what's wrong with this headline? 10 people thought that was funny and voted for it. Dr. Phil, where the action is, he got a few votes, 38 votes. But 288 votes for number 3. Bobby gives him the boot. That wins Boner of the Day.
Boing.
Boing, 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 boing.
Oh.
Boing.
There we go. It was turned down, sorry.
All right. 877-602-9696 is the number to call for this innovative radio feature that we invented. It's called...
Hello, yeah.
What? Hello. Yeah? What?
It's just phone calls. You might have heard other radio stations say, "Oh, we're going to take your calls now." They're not really.
No.
They're actors. They carefully record and screen things. We just take your phone calls.
We let you go. We fly by the seat of our pants, and that's probably stupid of us, but we do it.
Because it's...
Hello, yeah, what?
Yeah, anything you want to talk about. 877-602-9696. This is the time to do it. I've been feeling guilty or bad lately, the last couple of days, about being so angry. And I hate that coming. I don't want that to come across all the time.
It's hard when there's a lot to be angry about.
We need to find ways and places to be lighthearted. 877-602-9696. Join us with Hello, Yeah, What? Maybe you have an idea of how we can be lighthearted. We also we let people promote events that they have coming up. Speaking of that, when we were in the Pride Parade, we're passing along all the people, and a woman started yelling at me, I'm drunken Shakespeare. I'm drunken Shakespeare.
I heard her.
Yeah. So that was nice. So drunk Shakespeare people call and
She's
promote their
called in,
shows.
yeah,
But I mean, whatever you want to talk about, please feel free to do it. 877-602-9696. We'll answer your questions. We will joke around with you. We'll take your criticism.
Yeah, you could take us to task about something.
Yeah, for about 30 seconds, and then we hang up on you. As simple as that. Because we control the narrative here. I'm sorry to say. 877-602-9696. I see a lot of calls coming in.
Quickly, while we're getting those set up, want to thank Jimmy Johns. He sent us...
Yeah, he's the one that sent that anger cardboard cutout.
He sent me Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Because we know how you worship her.
Well, she's the
mistress of the dark.
There's me.
I have a zombie in my studio, and then Carrie was gifted...
There's no way to talk about Spencer.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
that little
you can
Ewok.
see him.
That was gifted to Carrie. This is from Jimmy Johns in the chat room. He says, Carrie got him the best little thing about Star Wars, little short furry animals that are heroes. Gina, what do you get the Majesty of Murder? Well, the Queen of Death, of course.
Yeah.
Bill? Bill is always the voice in my head whenever I get mad or exasperated. He's the best at conveying anger over simple things. And mine, because basically always a Walking Dead, nonstop working. So I got a zombie, and you're not wrong.
Let's go to line one. Spencer is there.
Spencer?
Spencer, are you there?
I am here. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Katie was probably going to play the little drop of Hello, Yeah, What, but no.
Hello,
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Spencer, it says here, new puppies. Are you trying to give away puppies on the air?
No, I have a new French bulldog. His name is Kermit the dog. He checked in a couple weeks ago, and I'm taking the morning off and taking him to his first vet appointment.
Well, that's daddy and doggy going to the vet. That's cute. Those are awfully cute dogs.
Frenchies? Yeah.
Yeah, but they're hard. They make me sad in a way.
What how they breathe.
Well, yeah, they're hard. I mean, I think they have some health. I don't mean to be negative. I'm sorry, Spencer.
See,
No, he's a little terror and a pain in the butt, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
The puppy stage actually goes by very fast.
It does.
Oakley is 6 months old now, and I feel like she's a dog.
She's
all of a
so
sudden,
big, though.
She's not a puppy anymore.
Well, how long have you had little
Kermit
the dog?
About 2.5 weeks.
Was this a mail order thing? Did Amazon deliver it, or how did that happen?
No, my fiance said she wanted to go to the puppy store and pet puppies, and I wasn't intending on purchasing him. But yeah, I left with the dog.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's why I avoid that situation.
All right. Well, thanks, Spencer. Thanks for checking in with us, and have a good daddy doggy doctor date.
All right, will do.
All right, see you later.
Thanks so much.
877-602-9696. See, we'll talk about anything.
Puppies!
Yeah. We've got time to go to another one there?
We got time for one more. It looks like we have Glenna.
Hi, is it Glenna?
Yes.
Hi, Glenna in Roy. What do you want to talk about?
I wanted to plug the Weber fridge. There are a lot of people who don't know this exists. On 27th in Washington, actually 2717 Washington Boulevard, there is a refrigerator and a pantry. There's no application, no anything. It's just food for the homeless and food insecure. It's stocked completely by volunteers. So today I'm putting together steak fajitas that I'm going to take down and put in the fridge.
And now how
lunches.
So it's just a refrigerator, and anybody can go open the refrigerator and take some food.
Yes, no questions, no judgment. Just go ahead and take what you need.
How long has it been there?
I'm not sure. A couple of years. We've had to replace the fridge once. And we're actually looking for a second location for another fridge in the Weber County area.
What's the address again?
2717 Washington Boulevard. It's on the south side of Fiction.
Oh yeah. So are people respectful and I mean, people can be such asses.
Yes. I've been down there. I've never not run into somebody who's there needing something. They're always really grateful. Oftentimes they'll help me unload. One time I was having a rotten day and I was kind of grumpy when I went down. As I left, there was somebody sitting at the parking lot, at the entrance to the parking lot. He stood up and saluted me as I left and just made my day.
Oh,
all right.
Absolutely made my day.
Thank you,
You're
Glenna.
doing good work, Glenna.
Hey,
thank you.
The Weber fridge. Thank you.
So that's what we're looking for. We'll do that in our next break here.
Well, if somebody talk about sex or something, though, those two calls were, they were fine. But let's talk about sex or something, okay?
Or whatever you like. 877-602-9696. Traffic.
Yes.
Got two crashes eastbound I-80 and Parley's Canyon. Both are blocking the left lane and shoulder. The first one's at the quarry. The second one is almost 2 miles up toward East Canyon. You're going to need to allow an extra 20 minutes or so if this is part of your commute. It's a mess up there. We've also got a crash. Let's see, 152nd South, northbound I-15. Whatever else you're seeing, you can text us. A bunch of people texting in about those Parley's accidents. So thank you for sending those in via text at 33986. Salt Lake Film Society. Not Salt Lake Film Society.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have Slack.
Oh, no.
Is it supposed to be Slack?
It is supposed to be Salt Lake Film Society. That is all my fault. I have too many things going on right now.
We'll do that coming back.
We'll come back from that. We are still taking calls for...
Hello? Yeah, what?
So call us 877-602-9696, and we'll take your calls after some messages right here.
All right, Artie, what are we going to do for the next secret contest?
I have something.
What do you have?
So-
about the thing yesterday?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yesterday was the at 12:20.
Yeah.
Every device is going to get an alert from the
Yep.
And I did.
emergency alert system.
Yep.
I was in the bathroom.
I was
need to know that.
I was sitting here still at work.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So it goes off, and almost immediately, I get texts from my kids, Jonesy and Muhammad, my son, not the prophet. They're at school.
Yeah.
And said, let me see. I was just going to see. Oh, here's Jonesy. There's an emergency at school. I don't know what's going on, but I'm safe and I love you.
Oh.
And then Muhammad says, there's a possible shooter.
What?
And I said, no. There's no emergency. It's a test of the emergency system. You guys are safe and fine. They both responded, we know that, Mom. There is an incident.
Oh, really?
Here at school.
Really?
So what happened was, Jonesy was doing a bake sale she's president of the Female Alliance Club, and they were raising money for the YWCA.
Okay.
They were doing a little bake sale, and once the bake sale was over, she went to take the cash box to the office because they keep it in a safe place there. As she walked to the office,
How much cash is there?
the doors to the office were closed, and she saw a bunch of faculty in there, and she could see some commotion. And one of the faculty members poked their head out and said, there's a possibility of an incident happening outside the school, not inside the school. Go to the nearest classroom and shelter in place.
Okay.
So she was scared. And cops investigated. Some little jerk in the neighborhood, I think, thought it would be funny to set off firecrackers at the exact time the emergency alert
They
went
timed
off.
it.
They timed it
Really?
perfectly. So they figured out pretty quickly that there was nothing going on. But scaring kids unnecessarily.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there is sometimes when it's necessary to scare kids, but this was not one of them.
I mean, it all got cleared up very quickly. And maybe it was a good opportunity for the school to have a little,
A drill.
a drill. But still, come on.
Yeah, not cool.
Cottonwood was trying to text in a hello, yeah, what from Cottonwood. Ralph, you got to call us, 877-602-9696, even from Cottonwood.
But first, Salt Lake Film Society.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we can do that now, absolutely. See movies that see you on the big screen at Salt Lake Film Society's Broadway Center Cinemas, local donor-supported nonprofit cinema. We had a guest on yesterday talking about one of their special programs they have. They don't just show regular movies, although they have the first run ones there, but they do special programs. And they do the Summer Showdown, cult classic movies on Fridays and Saturdays. We've got the Friday the 13th, because it's Friday the 13th on Friday.
Yes, it is.
Part 3 in 3D. 3D glasses will be provided. And The Burning, that might not be a movie you know about. It's from 1981. It's another summer camp horror kind of show. But it's the first movie that Holly Hunter, Jason Alexander, and Fisher Stevens were in. So they're just young teens.
All right.
So that's a reason to go see it. Summer Showdown. Go check it out. Become a member of the Red Carpet Club. Support Salt Lake Film Society. Ticket information and everything you need is at slfstix.org.
All right, it is.
Hello, yeah, what?
We'll go back to your phone calls, 877-602-9696. There are lines open. You can talk about whatever you want. Let's go to
Jacob.
Jacob, hi, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I just wanted to promote a new TikTok series I'm making to lose some weight and hold me accountable.
Okay. What's it called?
Roll for home.
Roll for home.
Okay.
Now,
Is it okay if we ask how much weight you're looking to lose?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm a big man. I'm 6'7", 450 pounds.
Wow. You're big in all ways and have a big heart too.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Gina, I don't know if you don't know if he's big in all
All
ways.
ways he's big.
Well, I got 8 kids at home, so
Holy
I got
mackerel.
8 kids, and my wife was just recently let go from her job for being diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. So I'm just trying to lose weight so I can provide for my family. So.
How do you suppose that a TikTok series will make you accountable?
Well, I've tried everything else in the past, weight loss programs and diets, and I just not really had success. And so I figured if I get shamed on the internet and social media,
Sad.
that might help hold me accountable
Listen,
to actually get out there and walk.
Jacob, I love shaming people. So
Bill will be happy to
so
do
again,
it for you.
what is the series?
Roll for home.
Roll for home on TikTok.
I bet you'll inspire some people.
Okay. Thanks, Jacob.
Well, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jacob.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right.
Hello, yeah, what?
Let's go to, it's Molly Mormon.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, friends.
Always nice to hear from you.
Well, it's nice to be heard. No, it's to talk with you.
What you got going on?
Oh, the huge Classic Tuesday. I wanted to just, it is Tuesday, right? I just want to tell you, happy belated birthday. I have a testimony of your hello, yeah, what? I mean, that's how I started calling in, as I called, and there were no screeners. There was nothing, and it's always worked out well, I think.
You're not an actor?
No screeners.
Although you are an actor, but in real life.
Right, I am an actor in real life, and in fact can also testify of what you said about other maybe programs hiring actors to do those sort of
Because
video
you've
games.
done it, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
I know. I remember talking to you about that. Well, it's a pleasure always to hear from you, and I hope your life is going well as usual.
Oh yes, yeah,
Good.
couldn't be better. Thank
Do you have any actual acting jobs going on right now?
You know, I actually just started as a casting director in March, so right now I'm working more on the backside of things, casting some projects, and I've put off. You know, my youngest is about to be a senior in high school, so I figure I've got 5 seconds left with her.
I'm right there with
I'll pick
you.
up more Yeah. So I'll pick up more acting things after we're done with that.
Does your other kid still work at the Cracker Barrel?
She sure does, Bill. Every Sunday, and I'm ready when you are.
I really need to do
You've
that.
been threatening the Cracker Barrel for years.
I've always wanted to go, and
Yeah.
Molly's she's been there a long time. She must own it by now.
Well, you know, she has other jobs now, but she keeps her Sunday schedule just in case Bill is available for a Sunday brunch with Mom.
See?
Well,
I gotta go.
Sunday brunch at Cracker Barrel. That's living large.
I'll say.
Thanks, Molly.
Thanks, Molly.
See ya.
Thanks.
We appreciate you.
Hello, yeah, what?
Let's go to Marshall.
Hey, Marshall, what's up with you?
Hey, hi, how you doing? I'm calling about a Lorcana Sealed League that I run starting this Thursday at Riftgate.
Lorcana.
Murray.
Okay,
If you don't know.
Okay, now stop. Most people are not knowing what Marcana is.
Lorcana.
Morcana.
Lore. L. It's Lorcana. They're Disney cards.
Oh, this is misspelled.
Yeah, it's
Lorcana.
Lorcana, the Disney trading card game.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never played it. My
it's a very
husband collected the
enjoyable
cards.
Yeah, they're great artwork for sure for collecting. But we start this Thursday. We have a great little group of people to get together. It's a good community, Lorcana. If you want more information, though, I did make an event on the Facebook. You can just look up Riftgate Lorcana Sealed League.
I love Riftgate. I
Okay.
love Riftgate. Sorry.
Okay, well, we'll let you nerds talk about this later.
It's a great little store in Murray, and Riftgate is great. That's awesome. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Marshall. See ya.
Hello, yeah, what?
We'll go to Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey.
You have a stupid joke for
Hello.
us? You have a stupid joke?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
I made this joke years ago, and Gina said we could tell jokes. I needed to tell a joke.
Okay. Well,
So-
get your
so
finger
what did
ready.
the horse-
Wait a minute.
I'm on it. I'm on
Okay.
it. We're good.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. What did the horses say when they were stealing hay from the farmer?
I don't know. What did the horses say when they were stealing hay from the farmer?
Pick 'em up. This is a strawberry.
Okay.
You're welcome for that one.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jeffrey.
I didn't get that.
I don't understand.
Stick them up.
This is
This is a
they're
strawberry.
a strawberry.
A strawberry. A straw.
See, he said strawberry,
Yeah,
and he
it
should have
was
said a
Strawberry.
strawberry.
Yeah,
Strawberry.
that
A
was
strawberry.
All right.
Hello, yeah, what?
We've got Mike from Nashville.
Hello, Mike.
Good morning, Lord. Good morning, Katie. Happy 39th anniversary.
Thank you.
I had to say hi yesterday. But I didn't want to let the day go by without a Dave Matthews Band fact because you played Sly and the Family Stone this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Matthews has covered Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again dozens of times in the past 2 decades.
Mm.
I'm sure the next time they play their next show tomorrow in New York State, they'll probably play it again to honor
I would imagine.
the death.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that, but I can hear it in my head. It makes sense for Dave
Oh, yeah.
Matthews to do that.
It's funky as all get out. They'll play it as a set closer, and it just gets the crowd going wild.
Well, don't you wish you could be there for your 700th Dave Matthews show?
Yeah, I do. But next week I've got two in Charleston, South Carolina that I get to go to. So I'll be enjoying that next week.
You're going to in 2 different cities or is it just 2 shows in Charleston?
Yeah, Friday and Saturday night in Charleston. They do a great thing where they don't play the same songs each night. That's a completely different set the next night. So.
I'm doing the same thing with the DJ this weekend.
Dave Matthews, you said at one time you don't think he knows who you are. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he doesn't know who I am. I mean, I've met him, but he doesn't know me.
You need to. How many shows have you seen now? Really?
I'm at like 53, but there are people that I've met at shows. They've been, oh, this is my 273rd.
Okay, well,
wow.
Yeah, you're a piker.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Yeah,
Never
exactly.
mind. Yeah, you don't deserve to have Dave know you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have a good time, Mike.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. That's dedication.
Yep.
I don't.
You don't like anything that much, do you?
Yeah, I probably would follow my wife around like that.
You can see her Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm going to see her
Different
Friday and
songs.
Saturday. I've seen my wife over 50 times now.
I will say I am like that with Excision, my favorite DJ.
Mhm.
From Lost Lands to I have followed him around to different states.
But you said you're seeing 2 shows
So
this week?
weekend I get to go to see my one of my other favorite DJs. His name is Subtronics. He's here and he's doing Friday and Saturday night. At the Saltaire. Oh yeah.
Hey, Killer's on the line.
Oh, we have Killer on the line. I
haven't heard from Killer in a while.
Hello, yeah, what?
Killer, you've been missing in action. Where you been?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Where you been?
I called a couple of times, but they wouldn't let me stay on the phone. I had to work for the state for a year.
You know, our phone keeps dropping
Wait,
random calls.
wait.
It's not our fault.
Wait a minute, Killer. What do you mean you had to work for the state for a year?
Yeah.
I believe you know what that means.
Oh, Killer!
Oh.
I thought
Sure.
you weren't getting in trouble anymore.
Well, my attorneys say I'm not supposed to talk about it. But
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
All right.
you know, trouble seems to follow me.
Uh-huh.
That's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying?
yes, I do know what you're saying. I think we've met once, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
Once or twice.
Oh, Mike, hell, we've met 100 times, yeah?
We have?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I can because I can picture you in my mind, and I go, oh, yeah, trouble will follow that guy. Yep.
Yep.
You've just got that face that's
Yep.
made for trouble.
Yep. And boy, it was such a traumatic deal that lost my job, almost lost my house.
Oh.
I owe, good hell, what do I owe? $60,000 on my house. I owned my house, and now I had to borrow money to. Well, you know, your house payment goes on, your car payment goes on, your insurance.
Yep.
Everything goes on.
Yep.
Well, they don't. That's not a valid excuse while you're away.
Yeah, I know. And it's even worse. You know, people who get sick and die. Their house payment still goes on.
I know.
I think there's something fundamentally wrong with all of that. But anyway.
Well, I think your insurance should pay it off at that point. I think you ought to have a thing on your insurance that if I die, my house is paid off.
Yeah. So Killer,
I do have that on mine.
Are you okay? Are you okay now?
For what? What do you mean?
Did you get a job?
In general.
Your job back? And
Oh no! 50 years I worked for the same. 50 years I worked for this company, and they shit canned me over a little.
Hey.
They canned me over a little problem like that. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Well,
Killer.
50 years. I know. Well, hang in there. So I'm glad to hear from you again, though.
I tried to call from jail, but they wouldn't let me stay on the line that long. And
Yeah,
now
that's fair.
I push X96 on my phone, and it takes me to Medicare.
That's weird.
Been calling all morning and talking to the Medicare lady.
All right. Well, hey, we got to go. Thanks.
Glad to hear from you,
See ya.
Killer. Bye-bye.
Hello, yeah,
We have all sorts.
Yes,
That's how that works. Yeah. Well, that was fun. It was good to hear him. What a great way to end.
Hello, yeah, what?
With Killer.
Mm.
All right.
We're going to do Beat Gina coming up.
You notice he tried to correct himself and
He
say,
did.
I mean, they canned me.
Had to use that dump button, though.
Beat Gina. We're going to do that right now. You could win tickets to see Morrissey coming October 4th to the Union. Call right now, 877-602-9696.
Traffic?
Yeah, all traffic stopped eastbound I-80 at the Quarry. Utah Highway Patrol moving crashed to the right side of the freeway. There are two different accidents in Parley's Canyon. So Parley's eastbound is a mess. I would avoid it. And that mess is going up the canyon, and it's spilling out at the mouth of the canyon in all directions. So that is your biggest issue right now. If you see something, you can text us. 33986 is where you do that. Don't pay for tires and oil changes ever again. Get tires and oil changes for life with every new and used Mazda purchase from Bountiful Mazda. See Bountiful Mazda today for details.
All right. Coming up is Beat Gina. Give us a call, 877-602-9696. You could win what again?
You could win Morrissey
tickets.
Yeah.
All right. Go sign up or go call for that, and we'll have a song for you, and then Beat Gina right after this.
Todd Newcomb knows a thing or two about alternative music. He's been playing it on Utah radio since 1988. But don't just take
And now, live from the Broadway Media Studios on Broadway, it's time for Beat Gina, the game show that critics say is on fleek. This Mother's Day, why not take Mom out for a special dinner at the Kmart family cafeteria? Mom will enjoy Salisbury steak with whipped potatoes, gravy, buttered vegetable roll and butter. It's a delicious dinner for Mom for only $1.08. Or maybe Mom would like seafood on her special day. Treat her to the Kmart family cafeteria deep fried shrimp dinner for only $1.33 with 5 shrimp, tartare sauce, French fries, coleslaw, roll and butter. Or maybe Mom likes Italian. The Kmart Italian spaghetti dinner with meat sauce, grated cheese, coleslaw, warm roll and butter. A delicious Mom's Day meal from Kmart for only $1.22.
Roll and butter.
And now, here's a man who prefers the lunch counter at Gibson's Discount Center.
Amen.
Your host, Carrie Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Roll and butter.
You get the roll?
I'm rolling the butter.
You get the roll, you get the butter.
I can't believe you're not eating at the Kmart family cafeteria.
Exactly.
Salisbury steak sounded pretty good.
That did sound good, didn't it? The randomizer has picked your contestant. You're going to be playing against Neil today, Gina, if he is there. Neil, are you there?
Good morning.
Hi, Neil. All right, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage if you call it correctly. Heads or tails?
Let's go with tails.
All right, let's see what happens. It is heads, Gina Barberi. Sorry.
You're one step further away from winning these tickets to see Imagine Dragons October 11th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
But you hang in there, Neil.
Yeah, Neil, it looks like, she does have the advantage, but, so If she beats you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
I'm going to donate to the Bulldog Club of Utah Rescue.
Okay.
Bulldog Rescue. Okay. All right. First question for Gina. The movie The Craft was released on this day in 1996. It's about witches.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got combination trivia about the movie and some witch trivia.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
Witch trivia.
You know.
This trivia.
Oh.
While researching The Craft,
Okay.
Firuza Balk, that's the name you don't hear, Firuza Balk became familiar with Panpipe's magical marketplace in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
What did she do after finding that?
Okay.
Was it one? Gave Christine Taylor a poison apple, causing her to sleep until 2001 when Ben Stiller kissed her and woke her up.
Mm-hmm.
Is it two? Taught lessons on how to become a witch, a beginner's guide to modern witchcraft. 3, bought the store and continued to operate it until 2001. Or 4, fueled a giant drill, bore it straight into hell, releasing ancient demons from their sleep forever spell so they could walk upon the earth and get resuscitated and hawk the diet pills that Firuza Balk created.
Wow.
I'm going to say she bought the store.
Did buy the store.
All right, that's a point for Gina. Now we move over to Neil.
All right, Neil, let's see. Here we go. In 2017, Andrew Fleming, the director, I believe, of The Craft, stated that a TV show, ripped off his film, The Craft. What show did he mention, Neil? Was it 1, Archie Bunker's Coven, 2, Charmed, 3, the Democratic National Convention, because the Democrats, or 4, Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Let's go with Charmed.
Charmed is correct. 'Cause it seemed like a pretty blatant ripoff to me.
Point. It's tied. We go back to Gina.
Gina, director Andrew Fleming eventually cast Neve Campbell as Bonnie.
Okay.
After seeing her in what?
Okay.
So 1, the dog who got shot in the gravel pit for ruining Christmas. 2, Scream. 3, Party of 5. Or 4, a nymphoid barbarian in Dinosaur Hell.
I think a Party of 5.
Correct.
2-1. Neil's turn to try and tie it up.
Neil, now some witch trivia. If Wiccans perform magic intended to harm someone else, what will supposedly happen if you're using your spells for evil? Is it 1, the magic won't work? Is it 2, they risk the awakening the anger of Stevie Nicks? 3, they go to jail, go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Or 4, their evil magic will return to them threefold.
Let's say that their evil magic will return to them.
Correct.
You've tied the game, Neil.
This is
Now we go
tense.
back to Gina.
All right.
You can win all this question, Gina.
Yeah, I can.
Let's see. Gina.
Maybe.
The word pagan
Okay.
comes from the Latin word pagini, which means what? Is it 1, home dweller, 2, Democrat, 3, Wankel rotary engine, 4, witch?
I'll go with number 1.
Home dweller.
And I'm sorry, Neil. Gina
Oh,
has
Neil.
won the game, and you're just kind of out of luck.
It's not fair, Neil, because I'm a witch. So I had I had some inside.
You say witch?
I'm a witch.
With a W.
Yes.
All right.
So because that wasn't fair, Neil, even though I beat you, I'm going to give you these tickets anyway to see Imagine Dragons October 11th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
There you go, Neil.
How's that?
That sounds wonderful. Thank you very much.
All right. Hang on the line, and we'll tell you how to get those tickets.
Listen, I've got to go. I'm experiencing some groin tightness.
Oh, my.
It's called Shorty. That's right. Shortiola. I was unpopular and laughed at by the men in the office, by girls everywhere. I felt miserable. Now, the men have changed toward me, and I am popular with the girls, too. No longer embarrassed. I command attention everywhere. How? With the flat front trim-shaped supporter belt. It comes with front laces for perfect adjustment. The trim-shaped supporter belt makes me walk taller and look taller.
It's a girdle.
Send 2.
I'm sorry.
It's It's the flat front trim-shaped supporter belt. Send $2.98 immediately to the Wegman Company, Hollywood, California. Wear at our risk for 10 days, and if you're not completely satisfied, your money will be refunded.
So it just makes you stand up straighter,
I guess.
It makes me walk taller and look taller.
Okay, Johnny, you look great.
Thank you. No, people don't call me Shorty-ola anymore. They call me Girdle-ola.
And Johnny, Carrie Jackson is on vacation. I'm wondering if you would be able to do double duty today.
Oh, would you like me to MC the game?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
Here he is, your handsome and tall host, Johnny Ola.
There you go.
Who are we playing again?
All right, we have our contestant. It is Hunter. Hunter, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Perfect.
How are you all doing?
We're fine. We're just fine, Hunter. We are going to play the game here. We're going to have questions. 3 of the answers are wrong. One of them's right.
What?
I don't do this.
Wait a minute.
So it's me, Gina, Hunter. We're going to flip a coin. You're going to guess heads or tails, and whoever, if you get it right, you'll go first, and if not, Gina will go first. First to win is to 3 points, and it is for Morrissey tickets, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Call it, Hunter.
Heads or tails, Hunter?
Tails never fails. Let's go.
It's
that is a
dropping.
Slow app.
It is. It is so slow. Just land. It is tails.
Ah, so he wins the toss.
You go
Hunter
first.
Goes
Hunter.
first. All right, Hunter. I'll read you the question. If you get it, you get a point. But if you miss it, Gina, who's been attentively listening, she will be able to answer the question, perhaps, and steal the point away from you. You get to 3 points, and we'll have a winner. You ready to go? I hope so.
Let's go.
Okay, good, because we're going anyway.
Whether you're ready or not, we're going.
All right, here we go. First question is for you, Hunter. This is James Bond trivia, because Octopussy was released on this day in 1982.
Yep.
All right, here it is. Number 1, the first question. In Octopussy, who played James Bond? Was it?
Well, there's many different actors.
Well, I'm going to give
Sorry.
you. I'm going to give you 4 choices, Hunter.
All
right, here we go. Was it number 1, Lee Majors? Number 2, Woody Allen? Number 3, Roger Moore? Or number 4, Sean Connery?
Well, only 2 of those guys have actually played James Bond, but this one is Roger Moore.
You're correct. Roger Moore. That's 1 point for Hunter. All right. Are you keeping score?
I got score right here for you.
Okay, good. I won't worry about that.
You can't do everything, Johnny.
I got you.
All right,
So
it's-
that's one point for Hunter.
All right. Now we go to Gina. Gina?
Yeah.
Gina?
Yeah. Gina? Yes.
Oh, hi. Let's see. I'm sorry, my flat front
Do
trim
you
shape.
want to let it out a little bit?
Well, it's gotten caught. All right, Gina.
Yes.
Who is the author of the original James Bond novels?
Yes.
Is it Ian Fleming?
Yes.
Brandon Sanderson? George R. Martin? Or Dennis Goodwin?
It's Sir Ian Fleming.
That's a point for Gina.
Okay,
All
we
right.
are 2-2.
1-1.
1-1. That's what I meant.
Katie's
1-1.
trying to get
Still
this
tired.
over with.
All right, now we go back to Hunter. Hunter, in which movie does James Bond drive an invisible car? Is it number 1, The Spy Who Loved Me? Number 2, Die Another Day? Number 3, Yesterday Quickly Fills? Or number 4, The Man with the Golden Parachute?
I want to say it is Die Another Day.
Well, then say that, because that's correct. That's
2-1. Hunter is winning.
Back to Gina.
Okay.
You can tie it up here. In Octopussy, Bond is mistaken for what profession? Is it number 1, a hen teaser? Number 2, a plumber? Number 3, a petticoat inspector? Or number 4, a clown?
A plumber.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's incorrect. For the steal, and would this be for the win?
This would be for the win, Hunter, if you can get it right.
Hunter, you want me to read them again?
Yes, please.
In Octopussy, Bond is mistaken for what profession? A hen teaser. We know it's not a plumber. A petticoat inspector. Or a clown.
I want to say it's a clown.
Well, then say that, Hunter. Jeez.
Go ahead.
You win. There you go.
All right, Spence, not Spence, I'm sorry. Hunter, you win.
You get those tickets to see Morrissey October 4th at the Union.
Listen, Hunter, hang on the line. And,
Yep.
Listen, I have to go. Mrs. Ola just called, and she wants her big, tall Johnny Ola at home.
Well.
I don't know who I'm going to send, but...
Thank you. Yes, we're going to do some news now. Brought to you by. Do you need a second?
No, I'm
Johnny?
fine. I'm fine.
Bill's been resting this whole time.
Yeah, I'm fine. Johnny's gone.
Experience the.
That's right. I'm gone.
Experience the Utah Arts Festival, June 19th through the 22nd at Library Square, featuring legendary performers, including Leftover Salmon, Robert Randolph, Souls of Mischief, Grammy nominee MV Caldera. Get tickets now at uaf.org.
Let's see. Post Malone, Utah's own, although I don't know, is he around here that much anymore?
Well, he's touring.
Yeah.
The Red West Country Festival, music festival in Salt Lake, is bringing in the big guns to make its presence felt. Just in the second year on the Utah scene, major acts are set to appear at the 3-day event to be held at the Utah State Fair Park. This is coming up in October. Red West Country Music Festival.
It's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen to Casey Musgraves, Post Malone, Noah. Is it Kahan?
No, Noah
just
Kahan.
Kahan.
Yes, Kahan.
Noah Kahan. Remember we had that discussion before. And then a lot of other, I can't wait to see Buffalo Traffic Jam. I don't.
That's a great name.
I don't. Let's see who else. I'm just trying to. And Noah Rinker. So Marfa. I don't know. But Casey Musgraves, Post Malone, and Noah Kahan are.
It'll be
deals.
huge.
It'll be the second time Post Malone will perform in his adopted home state of Utah this year, having appeared with Jelly Roll. Mm-hmm. At Rice Eccles back in April.
I heard that was a really great show.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. They're both highly entertaining people. Mm-hmm. 8 people were killed in a shooting at a school in the Austrian city of Graz on Tuesday, today. The suspected perpetrator also died, the city's mayor said. Mayor Elke Carr described the events as a terrible tragedy. The Austria press agency reported it, added that the fatalities were 7 students and 1 adult. Mayor Carr said that many people were taken to the hospital with injuries. As I said, the suspected shooter, the shooter also died at the scene. Police say they believe he acted alone. Special forces were among those sent to the high school about a kilometer from Graz's historic center. Police wrote on a social network that the school had been evacuated. Everyone had been taken to a safe meeting point. They wrote the situation was secured, no longer believed to be any danger. Graz is...
That's just horrible.
Yeah. Graz is Austria's second largest city. Anyway, let's see. And a man died after being stabbed late Sunday night in Tooele. Police have arrested a 21-year-old suspect. Tooele police said officers responded to a home after they heard somebody calling for help. They found a 54-year-old man lying on the floor, on the side of the road, with stab wounds and covered in blood. He was taken to the hospital, later died from his injuries. During the investigation, 21-year-old Isaac Daniel Gary Smith called 911 and said that the 51-year-old man had attacked him, and so he said, "I stabbed him." Well, Mr. Smith was taken into custody. Police then searched the house. They said they found a folding knife about 5 to 6 inches long, with blood on it, a blood trail leading from the spot where the victim was found to inside the house. Police learned that Smith lived in the house with his mother and nobody else.
Huh.
They talked to his mom, who said the victim was a friend of hers and came to visit. After the victim left and the suspect's mother left for work, she said the victim called her and said he thought he had left his wallet. She said he could return to her home and look for it.
Oh, maybe he surprised him?
Smith's mom said there was no prior issues between Mr. Smith and the victim. Said they hadn't had any trouble or anything. No trouble between the two. However, she said she called her son to tell him that he was returning to look for his wallet and told Mr. Smith not to cause any problems. She
Sounds
said,
like she was expecting problems.
Yeah.
Well, she was worried about her son's mental illness, which was not specified.
Okay.
and said she feared for her own safety sometimes because he had had violent outbreaks in the past. Let's see. In the decades since public broadcasting became law, the Public Broadcasting Act became law, public media have weathered threats to their funding, but none have been as serious as Trump's request last week that Congress just simply wipe out the $1 billion already approved federal funding to the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. The impact on public broadcasting, especially on rural member stations, will be devastating, said CEO Paula Kerger. Federal funding for local PBS member stations can cover up to 40% of those stations' operational costs. In Utah, that number is close to 17%, according to a 2024 financial report. Utah Public Radio stands to lose $200,000. That's 15% of its annual budget.
And just like so many of these things that he's saying, I'm just going to wipe that out, he can't do that. Congress appropriates money for things.
He asked Congress to do it. He didn't say, I'm going to do it.
They have to vote on it,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're just unilaterally saying, yeah, we're just getting rid of that. No, you have to vote on it.
Utah Public Radio stands to lose $200,000, roughly 15% of its annual budget. KUER, the NPR affiliate station, would lose $500,000 a year. That's 8% of its operating budget. Well, at this point, nothing has been done.
No. And there are lawsuits. And
a Republican Florida state senator who co-founded the group Latinas for Trump is now condemning and distancing herself from Donald Trump's anti-immigration policies.
This is your fault.
Calling them unacceptable and inhumane. This is not what we voted for.
Yes, it is.
I've always supported Trump through thick and thin. However, this is unacceptable and inhumane, said Senator Ilana Garcia. Garcia, whose district of Miami-Dade County is overwhelmingly Hispanic or Latino and voted for Trump during the last election, said she sides with Trump's efforts to target immigrants who are criminals, but said his targeting of those just seeking lawful citizenship is unjust.
Everybody agrees with targeting criminals. We're all in agreement on that. That's not what this is.
No, this is trying to eliminate and trying to prevent, cutting off travel to other countries, from other countries into the U.S. They're attempting to just whiten this country completely. They want to whiten it. Donald Trump is taking credit for a return to calm following 3 days of protests over immigration crackdowns in Los Angeles. Well, we made a great decision in sending the National Guard to deal with the violent, instigated riots in California. If we had not done so, Los Angeles would have been completely obliterated.
Obliterated?
Yes. More than 24 people were arrested over the weekend. Trump blamed the unrest on Gavin Newsom. On Monday, Trump returned to the White House from Camp David. A reporter asked about earlier remarks from border czar Tom Homan, who said, no one is above the law, not even a governor. Gavin Newsom is daring Tom Homan to come and arrest him, the reporter said. Should he do it? Well, I would do it. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing.
And nobody thinks that throwing rocks at cars and setting things on fire is okay. Nobody thinks that's okay either.
Yeah. I would hope so, at least.
And let's see. Finally, this story. Let me get this. Army officials are preparing to display rocket launchers and missiles, along with more than 100 military aircraft and vehicles next weekend at the D.C. parade, celebrating, well, it says here celebrating the Army's 250th anniversary, but we know that it's also Donald Trump's birthday.
Oh, is it? I didn't realize it was my birthday, too.
The officials are eager to showcase U.S. weaponry, such as high-mobility artillery rocket systems. The launchers have been used in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria. And there'll be a static display of precision-guided missiles, the officials said, and a flyover by F-22 jet fighters, or fighter jets, if you prefer. 7,000 military personnel will be involved in the parade. The parade is projected to cost $45 million.
And as Senator Tammy Duckworth said, $45 million, do you know how much we could help members of our military with that $45 million, on their health care, on child care.
Yeah, as long as they're not trans,
$45 million could be much better spent on the military somewhere else.
Yes. 1/3 of that $45 million, by the way, 1/3 of that is for post-parade street repair.
Yeah, because the tanks
are
so
heavy. Yeah, they're going to ruin the pavement.
The first time I heard there were going to be tanks, I was like, oh, so they're just going to ruin all of the pavement.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it.
All right. I think that's about it.
Sports weather traffic?
Well, the National Hockey League free agent market opens up on July 1st. And interesting thing happening with the Utah Mammoth that is unlike the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz for years have struggled in free agency specifically, because that means, hey, do you want to come play basketball in Utah? That's a hard sell.
Yeah.
For most basketball.
Utah.
It's not really. I can't go to L.A. or Miami or New York or Chicago, or it's a hard sell. Apparently, Utah Mammoth, the hockey team, they are taking such good care of their hockey players that it is becoming a valuable place to, like, free agents are like, oh, I want to go play there.
Well, you know what? They give them dinner vouchers for Olive Garden.
Gina would love that.
Stuff to them. They get to go to the zoo for free. There's all kinds of stuff.
They're thinking they could do well in the free agency market because it's that people want to come here and play. So
sweet, that's awesome.
In the summer, they get to swim at the country club swimming pool for free.
In the NBA, no game yesterday. We've got one tomorrow. Series is tied 1 apiece. That's at 6:30. And in the NHL, let's see. We've got
that's the National Hockey League,
yes.
right?
The Panthers beat the Oilers last night 6-1. Now Florida leads that series 2-1. They play again on Thursday at 6:00. That is your sports weather. It's currently 66 degrees, going to be warm today, 94. This afternoon, there's about a 20% chance of these pop-up thunderstorms. Just over the mountains, though, we're not going to see much of it down here in the valley. Overnight low 66. Tomorrow, kind of the same thing, high around 96 with those pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon. We stay very warm and sunny. I'm looking all the way through the weekend. Traffic, boy, what a mess. So there were 2 crashes eastbound I-80 and Parley's Canyon, and that has spilled over down into the valley in all directions from the mouth of the canyon. I would stay far away from that whole area there. I think we had some friends of the program texting in about that too. Just a mess. So avoid all of that. Other than that, though, things look like they're moving pretty well. Even Point in the Mountain looks good. Not seeing anything there. Let us know what you're seeing. You can always text us 33986. Does your company have a process requiring ultra pure water? Trust the certified master water specialists at Water Specialties, Inc. For ultra pure water system design, installation, maintenance, or sanitation. Call the experts at Water Specialties, 801-281-4911, or go to waterspecialties.net.
All right, coming up in just a few minutes after some messages, we're going to have a nice, good, old Utah word of the day replay. This one's from 2019 that I found.
What?
You said go back and find one that was old. This one is 2019.
Oh, I can't imagine.
So it's going to be quite an adventure for all of us to listen to.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what you're
so.
groaning about over there. I'm looking forward.
So that
what I'm afraid of is it'll be better than any of the ones I've done recently.
Guess we'll have to take some notes then. All right, that coming up and more in just a few minutes.
For a limited time only.
We were talking about sandwiches earlier, and I'm hungry for a sandwich.
Really? Sometimes just a good, cheap gas station sandwich.
Will you eat a gas station sandwich?
Yeah, occasionally, if I have to. I
don't trust a gas station sandwich.
How about a hoagie?
I don't not
have a hoagie?
Not. You don't know how. You know how long they've been sitting there? The sandwich at the gas station is way down on the list of priorities for the people that work at the gas station.
Yeah.
They don't care about turnover or.
Now we got sandwiches out here in the cooler, and I don't know what kind.
Here?
Yeah.
Right now? There's sandwiches here
There's sandwiches out there right now.
Where?
out in the cooler there. You know, where you could buy the drinks and stuff?
Yeah. Again, how long are they out there?
I don't know. Well, will you do a gas station hot dog?
Okay.
All right. Oh, your cat. Okay.
Maverick is like high-end convenience store gas station.
Yeah, they have
Hot
good.
dog.
They
have.
good stuff.
I trust Maverick.
You trust a gas station sandwich from Maverick?
Yeah,
I trust.
I would.
Okay.
I would. I think they take pride in the food that they offer at their.
Yeah, I've
Maverick
had
has
them.
all the good stuff.
They have the Bahama Mama.
They got the best bathrooms.
Their coffee is even pretty good.
Yeah, they have the soda fountain. This sounds like an ad for Maverick. They have the soda fountain with like 50 different sodas, and you can add little vanilla to it, like I like.
Like
to
you
do.
like.
They have the good ice. Maverick knows what they're doing.
By the way, the owner of Maverick, Keith Maverick. Keith Maverick. Keith, we're going to send you a bill.
We're going to send you a bill.
Oh, if we're traveling, we're talking about road trips earlier.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day. People are taking road trips. We will
I do
destination Maverick on a road.
I try to stop at a Maverick, and I'd rather go to a Maverick than a drive-through fast food place.
Oh yeah,
really.
Now, you mentioned the flavored syrup for your sodas. I heard someone bitching about the movie theater ones. You know, where you pre-select your
freestyle.
Yeah.
What was their complaint?
They just didn't care for them at all, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's not a good mix. I like it when I can mix my own.
Oh, is that the complaint?
Yeah, because the freestyle is a pre-mixed thing. But
yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Cherry.
You want to know my freestyle trick?
There is one?
Yeah, well.
Is that they have that at Harmon's too, don't they? That freestyle.
No.
No?
It's like a soda fountain.
Yeah, I know. I thought I saw one at Harmon's.
Here's my trick. So you have a pure drink that is the drink that you wanted, untainted by other drinks.
Say it's Diet Coke. All right.
Always go to the water tab
and
run a little water through there first.
Oh, otherwise you're getting the flavor of the leftover.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's a good
That's
trick.
my little freestyle.
You know, Gina, you are so amazingly creative about things that don't matter.
No,
that matters.
This is helpful because
you put your brain to these things.
It's helpful.
Just a little water.
Because I'm making my, twice yearly trip to the movie theater. And I need to know this.
Do a little rinse.
Okay.
Because they all come through the same spigot.
All right. Thank you.
My little tip.
Sponsor.
Yes, Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium finally surfaced. See Shark Kingdom 3D on the giant IMAX screen. Snap a selfie with the 11-foot shark. Enjoy shark-themed snacks and gifts. It's happening all summer long.
Now this is going to be, so this is from 2019.
2019. I don't know exactly the day.
Six years ago?
That's the year I took over.
So this Utah word of the day, it will not be Mayor.
It's definitely going to be LeVar and LeGrand.
Okay. I went through some old ones of LeVar and LeGrand yesterday.
I'll have to see if I can find the one you're talking about.
And I sort of like them. So my real fear is this will be way better than any of the Mayor Amona ones, but we'll see.
Let's listen in and find out.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Joe. Gel, gel. And now, at the request of no one, we call on LeVar and LeGrand to show us how the word gel can be used in a sentence. You're clearing your throat in character.
I'm sorry, who you talking to?
Sorry.
That's just called commitment.
Okay.
What you mean?
Make me mama move.
What? Apparently we were getting ready to do the
Rubber baby
sketch.
ducky bumpers.
Hey, LeGrand.
Okay.
I know we're supposed to meet over to the Cracker Barrel for the Tuesday luncheon special.
Oh, right. Meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
But with your choice, another countryside like a bowl of turnip greens or maybe even some fried okra.
All that with your choice of buttermilk biscuit or cornbread served with real country butter.
Real country butter.
Delicious.
Yep. But I can't make it.
What?
I can't make it. I got court.
You got court? Well, that's a hell of a thing. Court? What for?
Well, I've been having an argument with my neighbor over a property line. Not a real big deal, but I'm going to have to miss our date.
Well, missing the Cracker Barrel Meatloaf special is pretty harsh punishment in and of itself. There ain't no chance they're going to put you in jail, is there?
No, I don't think jail is in the cards. Why?
Well, if you go to jail, I ain't going to spring you. I don't got any money. No way I could help you make bail. You just have to sit in jail.
Well, it ain't going to happen. I spent a bit of my time in jail, and let me tell you, jail, it's hell.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Well, my first observation about that sketch
Yes.
harkens me back to the days when I knew that my microphone was never set
That's
correctly.
exactly what I was going to bring
It
up,
was
too.
always awful.
Yeah.
And it sounded like I was in another room. And it went on for years. Until finally somebody fixed it. That's my first
That was
observation.
2019?
God.
Is that what? How long ago was that?
6 years.
Yeah.
That was 2019, 6 years.
So, and then my other observation is it was no better than they are today.
I enjoyed that. It was just fine.
I kind of miss LeVar and LeGrand though. I think we need to bring them back.
It's
been
all
a while.
you.
Mm.
Yeah.
You could make that happen.
I found one that I don't know how if we did it, how we did it, because it had to do with Tucker Carlson, and when he released that video where he was suntanning his testicles.
Oh yeah.
And LeVar and LeGrand are talking about it.
Yeah, we need.
Was
to
that
find
the 2020 one you were talking about?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's I read through the script, and I went, I don't know how did we produce this? Because some of it's really filthy.
Oh.
Well, Carrie's gone for a while, so we'll have more opportunities to do a best of.
We'll have to do some deep dives.
No, actually, best Utah word of the day. We won't do another one before he gets back.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will.
He's gone for 2.5 weeks.
So the last week that I will be covering,
That
we'll
half
have one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. So we'll do one not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday
Well,
after.
I'll let you guys look at the one about tanning your testicles and see.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
it was a thing.
It was a thing.
On a separate issue entirely.
Uh-huh.
I have to ask the magic box a question.
Okay.
This is a plea from Gina through the radio.
It's actually a plea from my husband.
Okay.
Is he missing?
No.
I know he's really loving. Maybe somebody stole him.
Oh,
sorry.
That was mean.
That's a question.
Really mean.
That was mean.
I'm sorry. It was.
So the Weenie 500 was this Oscar Mayer weenie race.
Oh, the Wienermobiles.
With all the different Wienermobiles.
They
racing.
did it Indy.
And they named each Wienermobile after a specific hot dog recipe.
Okay.
So like a Chicago dog.
There are 6 of them,
chili
right?
dog. Yeah. All 6 be. So because of this, my husband has decided he wants to make all of the different
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So what's your plea?
Well, so the first one he wanted to do was the Chicago dog.
Right. I just had one of those.
Which is a poppy seed bun.
Yeah.
Mustard,
Mm-hmm.
relish, onion, tomato, and sport peppers.
Yeah.
So he went to 2 stores yesterday looking for. I don't even know what a sport pepper
That was
is.
my
I think
question.
it's just.
What is
I
that?
think it's just a pepperoncini.
Is that all it is?
I think so.
Okay, because
no, wait a minute. I'm trying to think. The Chicago
They
dog.
look like pepperoni.
The Chicago dog I had, it was a small greenish pepper.
Yeah. He's asking if people know where you can get.
This one says World Market.
World Market, you can get sport peppers.
Yeah, I would say try World Market.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know if you've gone there, and I don't know that this is a part of that culture, but the Chinatown grocery store, the supermarket in Chinatown, is amazing, and they have
all kinds
all
of
the peppers.
Stuff. Okay.
Well, I just Googled sport peppers near me.
What is it?
And it
say?
says Harmon's at City Creek has them.
At
okay.
City Creek. Okay, because he went to other kind of Harmons, but maybe.
Caputo's.
Or Caputo's
Caputo's.
maybe. Okay. Yeah, he's going to work his way through all of the.
Yeah, and you have to have Bad Brad Wheeler just texted me. You have to have, and I don't know where you get. Well, no, you can get it at the store. It's not the regular pickle relish. It's this neon green. Pickle relish.
And then there's a Seattle dog. This one's weird. It has cream. It's cream cheese and sauerkraut. Isn't that weird?
Look, I don't like sauerkraut in the first place.
I love sauerkraut.
I'm out.
Yeah, that does seem kind of odd.
Would you eat
but,
that?
Well, yeah, I'd try it. It's not like it's going to kill me. Let's see. It's featuring a hot dog on a bun with cream cheese and grilled onions. It says here.
I'm sure my husband would love it.
Grilled onions makes more sense than sauerkraut.
Yeah, it just sounds.
So how you can do it with grilled onions?
Okay.
Back to the sport pepper. It is a species that many other common peppers like bell peppers, jalapenos, and cayenne peppers. But they're. I'm not even going to try to announce or to say the
it wasn't hot
species name.
Okay.
It wasn't hot. It was just
kind of flavorful.
Specifically cultivated as a pickled pepper to use often on hot dog sandwiches and a condiment.
As a matter of fact, here's a brand called Vienna Sport Peppers for Chicago dogs.
Oh, specific, yeah.
You can
the Vienna sausage is the.
Those are the little
the Vienna.
No, Vienna beef though is
they're all over
the
Chicago
dog, the actual hot dog.
Also, Bill, to answer your question, it says are sport peppers and pepperoncinis the same? They are not.
They're not.
They are not the same thing.
No, they're not.
No.
The Vienna beef dog is the. So you can order all if you can't find them, you can order all of that stuff on Amazon, even the Vienna beef dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Good luck with your hot dogs.
Let
us know how it goes.
I hate hot dogs, so I would be out of that immediately.
And no ketchup. Absolutely no ketchup.
I don't see ketchup on there anywhere. But.
No.
Oh, okay.
Traffic. We are still a mess. So there were 2 earlier accidents, I-80 eastbound in Parley's Canyon, and that has spilled over into coming all the way into the city, actually. So I would stay way far away from there. We also have a crash, I-15 northbound Timpanogos Highway in Lehigh. 3 left lanes and the shoulder are blocked. Only the 3 right lanes are open. Somebody says the mouth of Main Street closed between Center Street and North Temple, forcing everyone onto State Street. Serious backups going on downtown.
Jeez.
Thank you, whoever. Somebody's like, can you do traffic? What's going on at Parley's? Yep. Like I said, too much. And all directions trying to get there, it's backed up. So I would avoid that area. 2 different accidents are causing all of that. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Don't miss The Kooks with Lovely the Band this Friday, June 14th at the Commonwealth Room. And I think you can get tickets for this, or at least enter to win. Text HEART, HEART, HEART to 33986 for your chance to win tickets.
Perfect. All right. Coming up after a song and a message, we're going to have the Boner Recap. So call in 877-602-9696. If you call in to play the Boner Recap, you could win what?
You could win tickets to Mumford & Sons. They're coming June 14th to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
So Mumford & Sons tickets for those that want to try and guess the Boner Recap. You can always go online and cheat if you didn't hear it this morning. Otherwise, so message in a song and Boner Recap. Call us right now, 877-602-9696. Bill, Stockton 12 Honda.
Stockton 12 Honda in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Stockton 12 is a great Honda dealership. I've bought cars there. I will continue to buy cars there. They always treat you right. And right now, big news for your wallet at Stockton 12. Trade-in values are at a peak right now. Used car values are the highest they have ever been. I'm not sure why that is, but it's the fact. So it is the best time to trade in and get a new car. The expert appraisers at Stockton 12 are ready to offer you maximum value for your current vehicle. Now, at Stockton 12 Honda, Hondas are great cars. There's just no doubt about it. I've driven them for years. But they have a lot of other cars available at Stockton 12 in their certified pre-owned used car lot. And all of this stuff is cataloged online if you want to see it that way. You can go to Stockton12Honda.com. Your neighborhood Honda dealer for over 25 years, Stockton 12 Honda. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy.
All right, Artie, what are we going to do for the next secret contest?
I still
The Pixies.
Oh, yeah. Potsy in Salem says that's the Pixies doing a Jesus and Mary chain. Because it's two Pixies' birthdays today, actually. Wow. Potsy in Salem. Did I say Salem? It's
Salem. You said Salem.
Both Joey Santiago and Kim Deal's birthday. Two Pixie birthdays on one day.
Awesome.
There you go.
All right.
Gina, I'm just looking at some before we go to our boner recap contest. I think they may have everything you need for the Chicago dog at Caputo's.
Okay.
That would make sense.
I think they have they may have the yellow mustard,
the special relish,
the neon green pickle relish.
Okay.
The sport pepper. I think they may have it all.
I will alert Joe.
There you go.
Have him call ahead, though.
Okay.
I'd hate to have him make a trip and then,
Well, no, Caputo's is fun because even
you'll always find
something.
other stuff. Exactly. All right.
So who do we have?
We have Bradley on the phone playing the boner recap.
Hey, Bradley, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, have you ever had a Chicago dog, Bradley?
No, I have not.
Oh, they're delicious. Look them up. Look
yourself
online.
a Chicago
Look online at a picture of a Chicago dog, and you'll say, "I want that in my mouth." That has to be in my mouth soon. You like hot dogs, Bradley?
I do.
Oh, good. Okay. You put ketchup on them?
Yeah, I do ketchup and mustard.
It's okay.
I guess. You Chicago dog, you do not put ketchup on it. The tomato serves the purpose. All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Listen, Bradley, I'd love to sit here and talk about hot dogs with you all day, but we've got to get to this. Do you mind if we get to the boner recap, or do you want to keep talking about hot dogs?
It's a hard decision, but let's get to the recap.
Okay.
You're anxious to win these Mumford & Sons tickets, aren't you?
There we go.
Yeah.
Mumford & Sons coming to town with Good Neighbors June 14th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. You can find ticket information and links at x96.com.
And, Bradley, I wouldn't be surprised if you could also get a hot dog while you're at that show. I'll bet you can. All right. All right. Did you hear the boner candidates earlier?
Yes, I did.
All right. This will be easy for you. Boner candidate number 1. Now, class, who can tell me what's wrong with this headline? It was a silly boner candidate, but it was a story in the Fox News talking about the opening of this West Jordan Community Arts Center. And it's just a cute little story about finally they have a place where they can do performances and show their art, and it's going to open soon. But the headline says West Jordan Community Arts Center ready for its curtain call. A curtain call means it's on its way out, not on its way in. There's boner candidate number 2. Dr. Phil's where the action is. I nominated this just because I dislike Phil McGraw so much. And thanks, Oprah. And finally, boner candidate number 3, Bobby gives him the boot. Secretary of Health Robert F. Kennedy Jr. removing all 17 members of the key advisory committee that helps craft vaccine policy and recommendations for the Centers for Disease Control. He's doing this even though he promised Senator Bill Cassidy, a physician and Republican congressman, or senator, he promised him he wouldn't do that. Cassidy asked him directly,
yeah,
will you keep these people in place? Yes, I will. Now he's firing them. So he's a germy liar. That's what he is.
Germy liar.
All right, which one was the boner of the day?
Number 3.
Yes, Bradley, you're correct. You win the tickets to Mumford & Son. And go. Just do yourself a favor and treat yourself to a hot dog today. Okay?
I will.
All right.
There you go.
Hang on the line. We'll get some information from you.
Hey.
He's a germy liar.
A germy liar.
Somebody says I had a Chicago dog last night at Moe's Chicago Dog food truck. I didn't know there was one.
They're the one I had in Chicago.
Did you have one just recently when you were there?
Yeah, when I was and it wasn't a particularly great one. It was okay, and it was still good, but a really well done Chicago dog it'll knock your socks off is what it'll do. I was wearing socks and they got knocked right off.
I've never really liked hot dogs. I like brats and I like certain sausages, but I've never liked hot dogs itself because of the texture. But if I were to have like an actual Chicago dog in Chicago,
well, see, the Vienna beef dog is pretty spectacular.
I did have an alligator bratwurst over New
Like
Year's.
alligator meat?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
because it was intriguing. Why not?
Was it good?
It was really good. It was at Decadence, the music festival that I go to for New Year's every so often, and I was very surprised. It was one of their food trucks that they had there, and it was.
Do you put ketchup on a gator dog?
I didn't. I put a little mustard on it, but that was about it.
When I was little, I would apparently the only thing I would eat for a while was hot dogs, and my mom took me to the doctor and said,
the
"Hot
doctor
dogs
said-
are all she will eat. What can I do?" And the doctor said, "Feed her hot dogs, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She'll get sick of them."
Yep.
And
works.
it worked.
Yep.
I don't. It cured me of my hot dog.
Do you not
problem.
like hot dogs at all now?
I don't like if that's all that there is. Like, we're having hot dogs. All right, I'll have a hot. But I don't ever
Go out of your
seek
way.
it out.
Yeah. Occasionally, I will make hot dogs.
On the grill, I don't. The grilling's the only way to do them. Like a boiled hot dog, boiled meat
That sounds
should
terrible.
not be.
Yeah.
Speaking of food trucks, that's it. It is the thing now that if you're having an event, it used to be face painting for the kids, and face painting for the kids, and now it's food trucks.
Yep.
Well, that
You
gets
have to have
people
food
there.
trucks.
Yeah.
I think you should combine them. You should have food trucks that will paint your kid's face and give them something to eat.
Maybe.
Something like
Somebody
that.
get on that.
Because I miss face painting for the kids.
All right, it is time to take a break. We'll be back after some messages with big boy news and opinioendo and all that.
You think so, huh?
I hope
She
so.
said it, it's got to happen.
It's on the schedule, Bill, so
All
you
right.
should be prepared.
Well, we'll see.
986.
9:18.
Been trying to do some research for you, Gina.
Thank you.
For the Chicago Dogs.
Okay.
And I think I was thinking Caputo's might have everything you
Right.
need. I'm not sure about it now.
Uh-oh.
But guess who does have every?
Who?
And I mean, really, they have the neon green relish.
Yeah.
They have the sport peppers.
Yeah.
They have the Vienna beef hot dogs. They have the poppy seed.
The poppy seed buns.
The poppy seed hot dog buns. And you can get a damn tomato anywhere and yellow mustard anywhere.
Yeah.
Walmart.
Oh, I don't know.
Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't know if Joe will go to Walmart.
He wouldn't be. He doesn't. Yeah, have him carry his little red basket that I gave him and go to Walmart.
We might have to send Muhammad, my son, not the prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think you could send
He doesn't
the
mind going
prophet
to
Walmart for
No.
hot dogs.
Your son doesn't mind going to Walmart.
No, he'll do an errand.
Yeah, do it.
All right. News sponsored?
Brought to you by Experience the Utah Arts Festival, June 19th through the 22nd at Library Square, featuring legendary performers, including Leftover Salmon, Robert Randolph, Souls of Mischief, Grammy nominee MV Caldera. Get tickets at uaf.org.
Well, we talked about it early this morning, but Sly Stone has died from Sly and the Family Stone. He was 82 years old, which is amazing considering his life for the last 50 or so years, in which he was drugging out and drinking and sick, and he had a lot of, and he kind of went off his rocker as well.
Yeah.
He went pretty crazy. By the mid 70s, Sly's life was a mushrooming disaster. And for those of you who don't know, I mean, and I think most of you do, though, his songs, I Want to Take You Higher, Hot Fun in the Summertime, Everyday People, Dance to the Music, It's a Family Affair, and Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. You know all of those songs.
Yeah. And like Katie was saying, this is in a movie, right? A lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
You might know them from
But
movies.
by the mid-70s, his life was just a disaster. Aside from the drugs, he'd lost the rights to his music. The villain of that piece was Jerry Goldstein, the man who also wreaked havoc on the group War. Remember War?
Yeah.
Sly spent years fighting with Goldstein. It was a ruinous uphill battle. Even after he won, Sly was so destroyed mentally, he continued to live in an RV in front of his house in San Francisco. He could not bring himself to go inside.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
This guy who wrote this says, I was lucky to see Sly perform at B.B. King's in New York. He was a mess, but he did it. And Goldstein was still preying on him at the time. This was after he appeared on the 2006 Grammys. And the writer says, I met him backstage. We had our picture taken together. And for a short time, we were in touch. But then he just kind of let it go. But he said Sly was very out of it before he went on stage, and then he went on stage and he was with it.
Oh, he managed to pull it together.
He knew what he was doing, and then he comes off stage and he's crazy again. And the writer of this particular story, and where was this? I think it was in the New York Times, says at the end of the story, kids, don't do drugs. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
A stage invader who's been charged with interrupting Katy Perry's Sydney, Australia concert last night or the night before has told the news he did it for fun.
Really?
Johnson Wen, known as
did it for fun.
known as Pajama Man online, said he loved the rush of stage crashing. I said, let me get on stage with you. And then she, Katy Perry, freaked out because she realized I wasn't a performer. A stage invader who's been charged by the police, he interrupted Katy Perry's Sydney concert last night. He said, I was about to do like extra Fortnite moves, but security got there too quick. His hobby has taken him around the world, with stage invasions at the Olympics in Paris, the FIFA Women's World Cup, the Men's Cricket World Cup, final in India.
How is he allowed in these places if he has a history of that?
He says, I just managed to do it. Does he
have one of those security vests that he wears and acts like he works there?
I don't know how he does it. But he's done it many times. He was banned now from the Olympic Park for storming the Weekend's stage when he attended when he worked it there a couple of nights ago. So he's an unemployed 25-year-old who lives at a backpacker's hostel, and he has racked up $20,000 in fines.
I was going to say, how does he have any money to go
He
to all
doesn't.
of these events? And
He manages to sneak in, I think. Well, the suspect of a deadly shooting outside of a Las Vegas Strip resort later turned himself in, police say. Las Vegas Metro Police responded to the 3600 block South Las Vegas Boulevard after officers said they heard gunshots coming from the west side of the street. The shooting happened just outside the Bellagio. It was 10:40 p.m. In a news release, Metro officers said they ran toward the area. They located 2 people with gunshot wounds. Medical first responders pronounced the victims dead at the scene. Metro Police later identified the suspect as 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz. He was not arrested on the scene, but officers did know his identity because the whole shooting was captured on video. The YouTube live stream has since been taken down. It is believed that the suspect and the victims knew each other and had previously engaged in conflict over social media prior to the shooting. A video circulating on social media appears to show the shooting as it happened. It was from YouTuber Finny De Legend, who was setting
that's
up.
not his real name.
Oh, I think it is. He's Italian. Yeah. He's Italian. Finny De Legend. He was setting up his live stream on Sunday night. Before the video starts, there's a man believed to be Mr. Ruiz walking by Finny. Suddenly, as Finny starts to go live for his viewers, it shows a woman, who Fox 5 learned is Finny's wife, confront Mr. Ruiz. Mr. Ruiz is believed to be another YouTuber. This is such a weird story. The suspect of the deadly shooting later turned himself in, police say. Moments later, Finny is out of frame, and in that video, it shows the alleged suspect, Ruiz, firing several shots. Finny's wife can be seen panicking, takes down the camera. The video turns blurry. Other shots were heard. Friends of Finny say both he and his wife were shot and killed.
Oh, jeez.
However, police have not confirmed their identities, but it's probably them.
Yeah.
So this was all
being streamed.
This was all being live streamed, and there was a beef among these people, and now 2 people are dead. Warnings have been issued for multiple bodies of water within Zion National Park, including several areas visited by thousands of people. What they're worried about is the presence of toxic algal blooms. Hi, I'm Algal Blooms. Popular locations such as the Narrows section of the park are affected by the warnings issued by the National Park Service. So North Fork of the Virgin River, North Creek, tributary of Virgin River, and Lavercan Creek, which is a tributary also of the Virgin River. Upon a warning, people are advised, or under a warning, people are advised against swimming or putting their heads in the water.
That's why I never put my head in the water anywhere.
Also, you're told to refrain from drinking stream water anywhere in the park.
I'm more of a waiter.
Yeah.
You just wait. Is that what you're
One
saying?
of those lazy rivers.
I'm going to wait right here. Wait right here. You're a waiter.
I'm a waiter.
So what can I get you, sir? Is that what?
Do not put my head
No?
in the water.
When I used to spend a fair amount of time in the mountains and hills around Ogden, up Ogden Canyon, and then up in the side canyons and places I knew to go, and we would, or up at Snow Basin, and we would always drink water right out of the river.
It's so bad.
And then somebody said you're going to get beaver fever, so we stopped.
Beaver fever?
Yeah, I think that's Giardia.
They have those little filter straws that you can go hiking.
You can stick it in the water.
Yeah. In Nepal, we had because there was not any really great safe source of water. They had water bottles that had you would irradiate the water with
really
with what is it, ozone. So it would just So I have a for my CPAP machine. You're supposed to clean your CPAP mask. I have this machine. You stick the mask in it and turn it on, and it uses ozone, and it just kills everything.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like if you have a room that's infested with insects that you need to clean out. You clear everything out, and you put an ozone machine in there,
and it kills
plug
everything.
it in, and then leave. But don't go in there while it's doing it.
Would it kill you?
Yeah, because if you get that ozone in your lungs, it's not good.
I don't need more things that'll kill me. I need fewer things.
Well, I'm sorry, but there are more things.
This world.
Every day. This is a dangerous place to be living.
Yes.
You see why I remain seated?
Mm-hmm. And waiting.
And wade.
Wade.
Weather.
Yes.
79 right now. That's pretty early for 79.
Yeah.
That means it's going to be hot today. 95 for a high. There is a 20% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm just over the mountains. Probably not going to see any of it down here on the valley floor. Overnight low 66. And we stay very warm all the way through. I'm looking ahead to Saturday. We're in the mid to upper 90s all week long. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or hastergames.com.
All right, our wellness check's coming up after this, and some of these.
The wait is...
96.
Elena Wood with Nightingale College, and she sent us some notes here about how to find happiness even when the world is stressful. I know one place you do not find happiness. It's where I looked just the other day in the bottom of a bottle. There's no happiness there. I looked and looked.
Nothing worse than running out of your kombucha, right?
Yeah, that's right, my kombucha.
Actually, Bill was talking about this morning. We're doing the news as we do, and it is very stressful. The world is a stressful place, so these are going to be some good tips for all of us.
It makes me stressed out and it makes me angry. So what do I do about that?
Okay, and I want you to know that this is not a complete list. There's lots of ways that we can find happiness. And hopefully some of these tools are going to be really easily accessible for all of us. The first one is to practice gratitude. And this might be looking for small and simple things like that little ray of sunlight coming through the tree, or the way your friend smiles at you. It doesn't have to always be big, great things.
Yeah.
Just finding some gratitude in small things.
Look, a little child just gave me a cupcake.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Where's the kid? I want a cupcake. Where is he?
Hey, gave it to me.
Are they handing them out to everyone?
Yeah, come on. Not everybody gets a cupcake, Gina. Uh-oh. See, I'm going down the wrong road again. Let's go to the next one.
Yep, face the other way.
Yep.
Next is to focus on actions, not outcomes. And this simply boils down to controlling the things that we can control. You know, sometimes we do our best work and it doesn't turn out exactly the way that we hoped, but at the end of the day, we did our best work.
Okay. I mean, you have to be able to say, I did the best I could. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Yep.
That's a hard one, though. I mean, that's really hard.
It really is. It's an area where I am still doing a lot of work. So.
Okay. Next. What's the next one?
Next one is to do something good for someone else.
You know, like if you're a little kid, give somebody a cupcake.
Studies. Exactly, yeah. I bet that little kid just felt so happy and so warm inside.
Yeah.
So doing things for others really helps to immediately improve not only our mood, but it can also improve the people who are helping. It can improve their mood as well.
Believe it or not, I've done a fair amount of volunteer work in my life, and it really does. That really does help.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that.
Next?
Next is to get outdoors. Nature is absolutely healing. Sunshine, green spaces, they improve our mood and our well-being. And if you can't get the real thing, if you're not able to go outside, even opening the blinds or looking at pictures of nature can help.
It really does. Next?
Yeah. Next, move your body. Any kind of movement, especially something that you enjoy, can absolutely help improve your mood.
Yeah, the kind of movement that you don't enjoy is probably not. No.
Yeah, it's not as good of a tool for sure, but
it hurts.
You know.
It hurts when I move this way. Well, then don't move that way. Yeah. But
exactly.
move, walk, go to a yoga class.
Even if you don't feel, it's one of those things where if you don't feel like it, like you always feel better after. Yeah. If you make yourself go do it, you feel better.
All right.
No, it's so true. It's so true.
Next.
Next, connect in meaningful ways. And so this means with people, with your pets. Do things with people and pets that you care about. And, even as simple as like sending a text message or doing a potluck dinner with your neighbors. It doesn't have to be big and fancy.
Yeah, no, I've tried to be extra nice to my cat lately. I know that.
That's good.
I mean, it's true. I have.
No, and yesterday, I have a hard time taking both my dogs for a walk at once because they're big.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was taking the puppy for a walk, and I turned to my older dog and I said, I promise before today is over, I will come back and take you for. And I know she understood me.
It's too bad you don't have anybody else in your family who can walk those animals.
I promise I will take you. No, but it's important for me to do it, and I did. After dinner, I took her for a walk too.
All right, what's next?
The last one is don't ignore your difficult feelings. So being happy isn't about never feeling sad or frustrated or angry. We need to allow ourselves to feel those feelings, to process them, and to be able to move on. Science has shown that the more that we try to oppress those difficult feelings, the less access we actually have to happiness and joy and the things that we do want to feel. So we got to feel that full range. I wish you could see my hands right now. I'm like gesturing all over the place.
Well, I think you need to start coming in here to the studio with us so we can see your hands.
I feel like that would be fun and chaotic.
Yes.
Well,
both of those things.
So don't ignore your difficult feelings. I try to say,
that whole, so Inside Out, we actually, Bill, you have that anger. The entire point of that movie is about you can't just.
It is so good, yeah.
That's what it's about.
You can't suppress
You can't suppress sadness. You can't suppress
anxiety. The second one with anxiety is so perfect.
But you can't let those things get the better of you.
No, but you can't pretend they don't exist. You have to feel them.
Yeah,
and
you've
then
got to deal with those feelings.
I'm angry, and now I'm moving on. All right. Elena, where can people find out more about all of this stuff?
So you can learn more about this as well as Nightingale's amazing programs by visiting nightingale.edu.
All right. Thank you. Always nice to talk to you.
Same to you. Thanks so much.
See you later.
Bye, Elena.
I think I'm going to save this one.
Yeah?
It's a good one, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. It's very connected to Buddhism and things like that.
For sure.
Particularly, acceptance of, your, like if you're having physical problems and pain problems, and rather than try to pretend you're not having them, kind of accept them.
Yeah, I have
a bad physical condition. I need to accept that and then do other things with my life. So.
And the gratitude
Practice gratitude, yeah.
Every night before I go to bed, it helps me calm down, especially if the news of the day's been crazy.
Yeah.
You write them down?
I don't.
People say you should write it down.
I don't like writing things down.
That's because someday it'll be used against you.
It's why I don't have a diary. Like if you put something in writing, somebody's going to read it someday.
I had that.
It's true.
I had that conversation. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'd written a bunch of stuff in an old journal, and I happened to come across it, and I went, "Oh my God!
Yeah,
this is just wow."
I feel like it's the same as Facebook memories that come up and they're cringy.
Yeah. And I said maybe I should destroy all of this stuff. I have tons of journals going back years. Should I destroy? And I asked my friend Jerry about that, and he said, "No. When you die, let them read it. It's not going to hurt you. Let them read it. Let them see what you thought of them.
Yeah,
the problems you had. It's a way for people to remember your life.
Sure,
the good and the bad of it. And in my journals, it's mostly the bad of it.
No.
Well, that's when you have the tendency to write the most, is when you're feeling crappy.
Yeah, how often do you just write, everything's great, and I'm just going to write it down?
But that, to cap the conversation, that's what they say. You should have a gratitude section in a journal where you make sure you write at least one line about, well, today this...
There's something good that happened today.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We'll wrap things up and crawl towards the exits coming up.
Here in just a minute after a message and some songs, or a song, I should say. But first, Haster Games.
Anybody up for a game of Parcheesi?
How about D&D?
I know. Well, they have all of that stuff at Hasbro.
They
I know.
do.
I'm sure they have Parcheesi.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The simplest, dumbest board game on the planet. But they have all kinds of board games there. And if you're curious about a game, you can go ask them about it. But what's really nice is I think Hasbro will open up
a lot
game.
of them are already open. So if you go in there's a whole shelf of already open games that they will walk through with you and teach you how to play. They've got all the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, Dice, Magic the Gathering, Lorcana that was mentioned earlier.
What is that?
Lorcana is Disney cards. But they
like
also
trading
trading cards
yeah.
and a game kind of like Pokemon. But
so, Hasbro is and they've been doing this for years and years and years. They have and if they don't have the board game you want, they'll locate it, I'm sure, and be able to order it. So this week at Hasbro, the new store, they have Pokemon TCG and Destined Rivals, whatever that is.
You can always go to HasterGames.com, or it's at 6835 South State Street?
6831.
31, I was close. There you go, Haster Games.
All right, Artie, what are we going to do?
just still, again, I'm surprised at that one.
Yeah.
Because the baby goat was egregious, and it was a cute goat.
It pulls at the heartstrings, but number one he's a monster.
Goats are adorable. I like watching videos of the little baby goats in pajamas jumping around.
Yeah.
But don't look at their eyes too closely.
They go crosswise.
They got creepy eyes.
That's why people think they're satanic.
Yes.
I was walking through my neighborhood once. Oh, this has been several years ago now, and for some reason, somebody had 2 baby goats in their front yard, and we stopped and kind of played with them. And what they liked to do the most was butt you.
Oh yeah,
they with their heads. They were all into that. And I mean, these were just little, by the size of a dog.
Oh yeah,
little baby goats. They were cute as hell. But would you knock it off? Jeez.
Oh, they don't stop at all. Me and my wife were visiting her parents in Vernal recently, and they had some friends who recently had baby goats, which are just kids, right?
Well, that's what they call them.
Yeah, they were doing the same thing. They were I mean, they didn't go above my knee, but they just kept running into my shin. They were nipping on every little edge of my clothes, and they're adorable as hell, though.
Now, I've never been around fainting goats, but a salesperson who used to work with us, Pam, had fainting goats.
She had some.
And she lives up in the Park City area, and I never got to see them. But, they actually, when if you make a noise or come at them, they faint.
Or say a swear.
Maybe if you use...
Oh, that's different. That's a pearl-clutching goat. That's a different one.
Yeah.
That's mostly the legislature.
The outrage goat.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think that's just so interesting that and I guess it's a response of they like playing dead. Well, you won't do anything to me if I play dead.
Oh, so they're not actually fainting.
They are kind of.
They're feigning the fainting.
Well, no. They actually do kind of black out.
Go to YouTube and look up fainting goats, and you'll see what we're talking about.
It's very odd.
I'll spend the rest of the show doing this.
And I don't think they get very big, do they? Aren't they?
I don't think so. I think they're small. Yeah. They're a smaller breed of goat.
But goats, they do have creepy eyes.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
It's the eyes.
And they can be pretty nasty too. Pretty mean.
Oh, they can be mean, yeah.
Looking at a best of fainting goats compilation.
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it?
Mashup.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat room just put a GIF of one in there now. There's
okay.
a big goat scaring a small herd of the little goats.
Oh.
And the little goats, most of them just drop.
Oh, I see.
So
I see. It's the little brother tactic where you lay down on the ground and you're like, you won't hit me if I'm here.
Boom. They do. They just drop. Boom. It's quite amusing.
Evil eyes, though.
And I think Pam said it's really not nice to. No. You can make them do it, but you shouldn't.
Julie says their muscles seize up.
Mm.
So I guess they get so scared they just go.
That one looks pretty stiff when he falls down.
Their legs are stiff and their back is arched, like they can't move, obviously. But
pearl clutching goats are part of Nanny Nation.
Ah, there
Nanny
you go.
Goats.
I got it.
See.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Texter.
That's good. Screams that song.
It's a good one.
She just screams at certain points.
Gina, I hope you know on my weekends that I do on
you
Saturday
can
and
hear
Sunday.
Katie other times of the day.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday 6 to 10 a.m. and then Sundays 3 to 7 p.m.
Yes.
Every time I play Alanis Morissette, I dedicate it to you.
Aww.
Every single time.
Thanks. Alanis Morissette.
I just know you love her.
Oh, Gina loves Wesley Willis.
Wesley Willis.
Yeah.
Singing Alanis Morissette. Wesley
From
Willis,
Chicago.
Guy, who's dead now, along with all the rest of my heroes and dreams.
All of your heroes?
Yeah, all my heroes, all
None
my
of your-
dreams, dead. I looked in the bottom of the bottle to see if I could find them, but I couldn't.
No, they weren't there?
Weren't there, so.
Well, why don't we do the promo and get out of here?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have it?
I do.
Okay.
Here we go. Wednesday's Radio from Hell show is so round, so firm, so fully packed.
The doctor is in. Get your medical questions ready to call in at about 7:45. Dr. Cobble will be here.
We'll also have things that must go, and we need yours.
Email what's bugging you right now.
Now?
Yes, now. Radio from Hell at x96.com.
Radio from Hell now, Wednesday morning here on X96. So round, so firm, so fully packed.
I thought you'd go flame.
Flame. What a flame. That's flame.
Katie, you did great.
Thanks.
Captaining today. Thank you.
We're going to have 2.5 weeks left of this.
It's okay.
It's going to be great.
We'll be fine.
I'm going to be tired.
Because Katie is still
I still got to do all my stuff.
Actually,
and-
you're taking some time off, aren't you?
No, not until
During this?
September.
Oh, okay.
When I go to Lost Lands. Maybe a weekend or something, but
you should take a weekend.
that's what I'm hoping for at some point. But we'll see. We'll see. Life is busy.
I'm not going to take any more time off until I'm dead.
Would you stop?
Well, that'll be a while from now. I'm not planning on it for next week.
Okay, good. I
I've
need
got-
you here at least 2.5 weeks.
Okay. Well, I'll listen. I'll look through my journals, and I've got it marked the day that
you
in the future.
predicted
Yeah.
when that would
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, guess it's time to sign off. We'll be back tomorrow, 6 to 10 a.m. And as Carrie would say, I can't do the hen thing. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm going to send Mohammed to Walmart for hot dogs.
Artie Fufkin probably loves hot dogs.